and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my now friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Lore Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I am helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Yuan-Ti Sorcerer, who is traveling with the Tempest Adventuring Guild, trying to find the other half of her soul, who is hiding somewhere away, far from reach.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello!
Hello, everybody!
Hello. Oopla! Hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and we're playing some Dungeons and Dragons, Tyranny of Dragons Campaign. Now, we do have our guest character, Raf, joining us tonight. However, he has been experiencing some technical difficulties. Maybe he's right. So he is trying to sort out his internet. He had like an 8-second delay on his audio for us.
10 seconds, yep.
Yeah, that's a rough delay. Yeah, so we're gonna give Raf a chance to jump on in, but I'll do the recap and I will play as Shivers until his internets are up and running again. Thank you everybody who came and checked out all of the YouTube shorts that I've been posting over the past couple of days. Sorry there was no Saturday stream. I was away on Stradbroke Island having a bit of a beach holiday. So no Saturday stream. So no Ark with Lockie and I, and no Raft with the streamer crew. But I hope the impromptu out of the blue Sims videos help to fill that hole in your hearts. The Sims 4 infinite money hacks and infinite fame hacks that I've demonstrated that you can do just using the Sims 4 magic pack, which basically turns you into a god. If you want to see how to completely break the Sims using nothing but its own mechanics, I recommend checking them out. They're a lot of fun. There's loads of fun making those videos, I have to say. And not something I normally do, some different content. So if you like that stuff, let me know in the comments or yeah, like the video. Let me know if you like that stuff and I'll do more of it. I've got not much else to share at the moment. I did a racking of the mead as well over the weekend, so it has it finally got to the point where I could rack it into a new container. The lees, the dead yeast had built up at the bottom, quite a nice layer. It's already clearing out, and what's really cool is that the day after I racked it, fermentation must have kicked up again. I reckon the yeast had stalled a tiny bit because the beautiful smell of like cinnamon and honey started filling my study again. So I take that as a really good sign. So I think that'll be ready to drink probably in 2 or 3 more weeks, which means I'll be bottling it up, sending out little like medicine bottles to the to the crew with some mead in it, and we'll do a mead taste with everybody. Chuck that up on the YouTubes. And yeah, and Raf actually, who has also brewed some mead in the past, when he joins back in, he's going to give me one of his big 30-litre tubs. I'm going to make 30 litres of a new type of mead that I'm going to call Berserker's Brew. I'm going to use boysenberries in it, because I don't think anyone's made mead with boysenberries in it. So I'm going to give it a go. I reckon that'll be fun.
Make it out of juniper berries.
Yeah, juniper. I could definitely put juniper berries in and almost make like a gin mead. Do you reckon that's what gin drinks? A gin mead?
I'll have to crack open the drinking horn for this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you had a drinking horn. That's cool, man.
I do. It's
you have. Well. You've shown us. No, you have shown us. That's right.
Yeah. It's at my parents' place, but I'll go get it. Because
that's fully sick. That's awesome.
Gotta do it.
I can't believe I just said fully sick.
2022, Owen. I'm not sure if you know.
Showing my age right now.
That's a dead meme. Sorry.
It is. Now, the only other thing I should warn in advance is Claire, unfortunately, doesn't have 100% of her voice tonight, so we're not going to make Claire do as much talking as normal. Claire, do you want to tell everybody how you're feeling?
I feel fine.
Yeah, so Claire's Claire's here like a real trooper. She says she feels fine, but like if I had to give that voice a like full laryngitis to like removal of voice box, it'd be a 5. Like it doesn't sound great.
No. Yeah.
So
I'm fine.
Yeah, that's insight check on that one.
We don't believe you.
So absolute trooper for coming and joining us tonight, but we are going to be very gentle and not make Mira do too much talking. So I'll just have to scrap all of the stuff with dragons just here and just all of that. So that's all good. And
Mira she's just got an ice cube stuck in her throat tonight. Okay.
It's like when you swallow water and it goes back on your throat, but it's like your flame breath.
Did you use your breath weapon last session?
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of like the idea that like this is the consequences of the breath weapon is Mira's a bit raw in the throat as a result of it.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense actually.
I like it.
You so infrequently.
That's perfect. Like the old tubes were a bit blocked and you've cleared them out with a big breath attack and now it's all a bit raw. No, that makes sense. That's all the updates from me. Anyone else got anything fun to share? Any cool news?
I can recommend Nerdy Crafters Super Not Another Crap kit. It is like, got my box today. I pre-ordered it months ago. It arrived yesterday. It is good.
What is it for? Like what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Sell it to me. What's your pitch? Tell me. What is it?
Right. Hashtag not sponsored.
Yes, box. Not sponsored. Definitely not. Although willing.
Wait, how are you taking control of the situation? Carry on. Okay.
Business snake.
Yeah,
business snake.
Yeah. Essentially, it's like got like a big silicone mold, which gives you like a bunch of plaster, clay, paint, a full-on rechargeable like air spray. What's it called? Airbrush. Like it's just like for creating little models, and so I snapped the legs off this dude so I could do a cute little stumpy-legged dragon dude, but
okay.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Building it up, which is fun. So if anyone likes doing that kind of stuff, like seriously, wow.
Send me the link. Check it out. We may have Raph rejoining us. Raph, can you give me a thumbs up when I say yes? Yes. Yay!
We're back, baby.
We're back. Rejoining us again is our guest character, Raph, who is playing the character of Shivers. Welcome back to the stream and welcome back to good internet connection. How'd you fix it?
I don't know. I ran around the house lots. I fiddled with the bits and
did you sacrifice your firstborn? Like, do some sort of like...
She's still alive, but don't look in the backyard. There are some dead animals.
No.
It's a family-friendly stream. Welcome back, Raph.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, it's clearly not. Awesome. I'm pleased to hear that is all working and that your daughter is safe. So
excellent news.
Let's get into some Dungeons and Dragons. I better do a quick recap and then we will jump into this episode 92. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Order of the Dragon. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which would bring a dark draconic god, Tiamat, back into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group, Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who have now journeyed from Chiari to a tower located on a tiny island in the Shattered Isles. Shivers, a tabaxi priest of Mors Sacris, a religion heavily tied to necromancy, has led the party to Xonthal's tower, a crumbling ruin now used by the cult. Iskander, one of the leaders of the cult, fearing for his life following a near-death poisoning, sent Shivers to the group to offer a trade, the Blue Dragon Mask, for Iskander's safety. Arriving at the tower, having passed through a rather spooky hedge maze, the group met with Shivers' master, Depths, and then began to explore the tower. After being ambushed by some cultists, allowing Shivers to grow his skeleton army by 4, the group arrived at the top of the tower at a large observatory. Peering into a massive telescope, Lockie and Shana made a rather ominous discovery. Large sections of astral space were going dark, the stars winking out, one by one. Before the group could talk through the ramifications of this in detail, Jorgen Prowl, a commander of the cult, revealed himself. Initially wanting to know who these intruders were, he quickly commanded some cultists to attack upon seeing the reanimated corpses of his soldiers. Strangely enough, attaching googly eyes to the zombies was not enough to hide them from his sight. With the group able to capture and question Jorgen, they learnt that Iskander had fled to the dungeons below. However, before they could get too much more useful information, Jorgen revealed another secret. He too was a Drake Warden. Using his summon Drake to escape, Jorgen now flies away into the distance, leaving the party alone in the observatory. A strange keystone carved with the symbol of an hourglass having fallen from his pocket, right before Jorgen threw himself from the tower. We left off last session with you guys discussing in a little bit what the theories or the general feelings were around the sight of the stars winking out of existence, darkness taking them back into the black void. And Lockie kind of thought through how he would take this telescope, detach it from the tower, and attach it to the old catapult point on the airship. And that is where we left off last session. So we are right back into the action straight away. I hand straight back over to you guys.
Lockie's sort of just taking notes at the moment. You can remove from this place and this place. Very easily.
Well, I didn't realize there were other Drake Wardens out there. I mean, I did, but not ones that were on the other side, if you know what I mean.
Yes, that is troubling.
What? Sorry?
Oh, a Drake Warden. Shivers, it's the reason Eleanor and I can exist.
Oh, your lizard dog dragon thing.
Yes.
Eleanor sorts derisively this at being referred to as a lizard dog thing.
I apologize, Eleanor. I did not realize that you could understand. So you can make her just do what you want, like I can with these guys. Point over to the zombies.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. I am still trying to understand it myself. This is a relatively new inclusion for me.
Well, congratulations on your pet.
Eleanor
Companion?
growls ominously under her throat, starting in the back and moving forwards. This rumble.
My eyes sort of narrow a little bit at the mention of a pet. I'm like,
Oh, I did not mean any disrespect. I'm sorry.
As you say, companion shivers. The grumble dies back down again. The growl swallowed.
We are connected. She is a part of me, and as much as I'm a part of her now.
Fascinating. I am very curious to know what will happen when you die. I am looking forward to discovering this. Oh wait, no, that sounds horrible. I should not talk to people very often. I don't.
Yes, your morbid curiosity there might raise a couple of eyebrows in the wrong company, Shivers. But I'll forgive you this
as
one.
long as I'm raising eyebrows and not the dead. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend anybody. I'll be I'm just going to go over here, and
No.
Shivers kind of just goes away and starts tending to his zombies.
Shivers,
Get them.
you go to walk away, but you find suddenly your movement stopped, and a sort of a very faint, sharp, piercing sensation in the tip of your tail. And as you turn around and look, Eleanor has grabbed your tail and is holding it still, and goes to pull you back towards Yervith.
Nice companion. Help.
It's okay.
Yervith.
It's okay. Yeah, Eleanor, it's fine. We'll let our friend go and tend to his friends over there.
Yeah. She throws up the tail.
Shivers just like.
Yeah, cats just take off. Yeah. Shivers just becomes a blur as he takes off over towards the zombies. Eleanor sort of like looks back at you, Yervith, like wags her tail and looks up as if like, I did a good job, right?
Yervith nods. He's like, you did, and give a little scratch under the chin there.
Yeah, there's a sense of like contentment as Eleanor sort of like leans into the scratch and takes this chin scratch and sort of like pushes her head so that you're forced down to scratch like right underneath the gap between two of the scales on her under chin, right where she has sort of like a bit of a gap in the scales there. Perfect. While this is happening, Shana, I kind of want to get your perspective, because last session we learnt some things. I believe you actually used the telescope to try and locate your home world, your home system, your home star, and were greeted with nothing but empty space. I imagine that sort of discovery, while not unexpected, still comes with a sense of weight, a sense of loss. How is Shana dealing with this? How is Shana going?
It's sort of a bit here and there. Like, I think for her, it's sort of that feeling like when you've moved house and like it's been a couple of years, you've returned to your hometown, you go to drive down the street that you used to live in, only to realize that the house you grew up in had been like knocked down or replaced with something else.
Yeah, right.
And so it's that kind of like, like, she expected, like, it's been such a long time since she'd even really thought about it all that much.
Is that compacted by the fact that this is like an entire galaxy? Like, is this...
That was sort of like, because she knew that was the original cause, like, that sort of caused everyone to have to, like, leave the planet and become, like, sort of the Corey as they are, or, sort of now.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't even the plan. That was the unfortunate side effect of whatever the original plan, which was to try and make some sort of protective barrier and to brighten the sun as a ward against this darkness. That plan failed.
Miserably.
And the outcome of that was the creation of the Corey, Shana's people. Their physical bodies disintegrated, turned into nothing but spiritual energy that then has found a home amongst the Kalashtar of Nostea. But yeah, that sense of loss there, sort of weighing on Shana a little bit. What's Shana doing at the moment? Because I think it was you who picked up this keystone that fell from Jorgen Prowl's hands. This hourglass-shaped keystone with this intricate series of runes carved across it around the outside that very much match the teleportation circle you used to get to this observatory.
So she's probably just sort of sitting there, like, mostly just absorbed in her own thoughts, where, it's sort of, she's thinking about old home, but also, she knows she's like, all right, I can't sit and dwell on this for too long. So I think she's sort of sitting there, like, looking at the keystone, seeing, like, it's, it's probably a key of some form, and, like, sort of seeing, is there, like, a little keyhole or something, like, somewhere for it to, like, slot into or something?
Yeah, as you head back over towards the teleportation circle and begin examining it, you can see that the symbols along the wall, these runes that are very symbolic, rising up along the wall, which I'll give you them again just because why not, hey? I'll leave those open for you. So the symbols that you can see are the chair, the upside down L, the rectangle, the flame, the star, the square, the hourglass, and the triangle facing towards the right. You remember from Shivers leading you into the tower, he actually had a similar keystone and still has it on his person. It seems that just holding this on your person is enough. If you have this while standing on the teleportation circle, you are able to activate it and use it.
Yeah, I think she's just sort of gonna wait for the others and just sort of, let them see if there's anything else they sort of want to look at, or like she just sort of doesn't really want to hurry them along. She's quite content, just sort of being like, oh yeah, haven't really thought about that for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely fair enough. And we should also check in with, with Lockie, as you sort of come to the conclusions, running your calculations, thinking through the logistics of getting this massive brass telescope attached to your airship. As you reach to the end of the calculations, it is possible, but your eyes once again are drawn to this crystal dome, this magical dome that allows for the use of this telescope. It's not just the telescope working by itself. The telescope is a very powerful, very intricately made device, but this crystal covering that almost looks like a series of triangles embedded in the stone that have formed this large circular dome. You can see that the edges of it warp and twist the sky around. You know that it is providing this magnification effect. You think that this is part of the magic of the telescope. Getting this to the airship is going to be very tricky. Getting the telescope out without damaging this crystal structure, again,
Very
be tricky.
Well, what he was thinking was, is the crystal structure itself set up to have like a corresponding place in the sky that it seems to magnify or change or what have you, or is it just acting as basically a lens for the telescope?
Really good question, Lockie. Could you please roll me an Arcana check? Really good question.
Someone knows something about telescopes.
You're going to learn all about magical telescopes. 27, you're going to learn all about magical telescopes. That means you rolled a 19. Fucking hell, yeah, 19 plus 8, 27. Lockie, as you begin examining this crystal structure, something about it catches your eye. You focus, allowing your innate perception of the world around you, because the way your eyes work, they're not quite the same as the eyes of organic matter. As a giant forge, as a warforged construct, your eyes take in visual information and break it down, similar to how a natural biological eye works. But you're able to see frequencies, able to see aspects of light, ultraviolet, aspects of the spectrum that other creatures are not able to see. Not all the time. Whatever age has corroded your body and damaged some of your subsystems, you're not working at 100% capacity. But every so often, in moments like these, something clicks into place. And you watch as your visual input switches, taking on this light purple hue, and suddenly the crystal above you explodes into a beautiful tapestry of stars, etched and carved by magic into the crystal dome. You can see galaxies made of these tiny etchings joined by spider-like threads of electrum wire, hidden inside the structure of the dome itself. This isn't just a magnifying glass. This is a representation of the heavens as they were when this crystal was first formed. And as you look up through, you can now see the empty spaces filled with stars that when you looked through the telescope were nothing but blackness. With your immediate assessment, about 22% of the stars in the sky that you can see from Nostea through this observatory are now gone since this crystal was formed.
Fuck.
Was there a rough age on that crystal?
You don't know. You know this tower predates the ruin, which means that it is at least a couple of 100 years old. How long it predates the ruin? Hard to say. Lockie knows it's not giant make, so it probably is. Yeah, you just don't know. You don't know how old this tower is yet.
Well, it's not the giants, but that doesn't really help much. Still not, still not contemporary. It's not a contemporary construction, that's for sure. But Shana, it looks like we have nearly a quarter of all the stars gone. If that's...
Oh, that's actually a lot faster than I expected.
A quarter of the stars are missing.
Well, since this was constructed, looks like, well, actually not quarter, sorry, 22%, but I was rounding up for simplification purposes.
And what speed is that then, assuming the age of this tower? I mean, it's quite an old-looking tower. What is that, like 20% in 200 years? Like 10% per 100 years?
If it's at a constant rate.
Yeah.
It could have sped up. It could have, it could be that it was happening even further than the telescope could see, and now it's simply moved into range. It could be a number of things.
Shivers is going to run over to the telescope again and look in it.
Yeah, Shivers, as you look through, again, you sort of take a moment as you peer around, and then suddenly, boom, a star disappears from view. Turn back and look at another. Begin sort of like looking for where these places, where these moments where the stars are disappearing. They seem to be happening on the borders of these black zones. What look to be large tentacles of darkness. They seem to be happening more there. And again, as you watch, another 10 seconds has passed. Another star winks out of existence.
Oh my god! What? Why does not everybody know about this? Why is the world not in panic? This is terrifying.
Shivers. You have to understand. Sure, the powers that be would know this, but they don't want to tell everyone about it because they don't want everyone to be worried. It's easier to control people when they're calm.
I should say as well, Shivers, as you spin the telescope around looking for more, the thing that really grips you is that the stars in the sky, despite these black zones, there are still countless stars. The magic of this crystal dome combined with this telescope allow you to peer into space without the worry of light pollution from your sun, without the light pollution from the moon. You can see a lot more through this than possibly anyone has ever seen before. And even though there are these black zones, you are struck by the beauty and the sheer number of stars there are visible. Like a billion eyes watching in the dark, closing every so often.
Wait, Shana, you're from out there? You mean to tell me that there are more people on more planets out there?
I mean, with the existence of planes and everything, I mean, is that really that surprising?
Well, I mean, I thought that our little area was our own little plane. I did not realize quite how large it was. There's so many bodies to harvest.
Spoken like a true necromancer.
There are so many people that need me.
We just got our YouTube short, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's one matter is you have to try and find them, but the other is, I'm not even sure if this plane that I'm on currently is the one I started off on. It's a little bit grey when everything went a little bit haywire.
What do you mean by haywire? You're from out there, yes?
Yeah. Oh, I once was out there and, lived in a place somewhat like this, different people, different culture, technology, but, it's, when it all went away, it's, there was sort of a...
Went away? What do you mean it went away?
It's not letting it go.
The stars. The stars that keep going out.
No. Shana, I am so sorry.
It was 600 years ago. It's, I'm gonna get used to that eventually.
You're very old.
Yeah, that's also a long story.
Sorry, no, that is not the
for a long
focus.
time.
Maybe soon you will die and they can harvest corpse.
Zombie.
You have lost your people. All of your people.
Yes. Oh. Why do you think I'm so attached to Lyra? She's all I've got. Well, other than you guys now, but
I don't know.
Shivers has no idea who Lyra is.
I don't wait, if the blackness has taken... Oh my god.
Wait.
Your ancestors are gone.
Shana, you said
cannot
that...
do anything.
I'm sorry, but Shana, you said that your people were lost 600 years ago. Correct?
Yes.
And we've just established that 20% of the stars in this telescope were lost at least at a rate of 10% every 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we know, by that logic, a lot more must have been lost.
Well, very likely.
Because, sorry.
We're also assuming that my area of the sky, where I was from, was near enough here that, distance and the way that, viewing work.
That my brain hurts. I don't understand that. What do you mean?
We would be in a bubble that we can see, that is observable. And,
yes.
But the universe, but what exists would continue outside of that bubble. So, I mean, we're not talking about 22% of all of the stars everywhere. We're talking about 22% of the stars that we can see from our current place, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Scientist.
It could be more, it could be less.
This is very advanced for my primitive brain.
Can I just say, particular highlight for me, explaining astrophysics in a fantasy D&D setting.
yeah, it's like, cool.
You have to take into account the rate of space-time expansion as light expands outwards. We observe an acceleration effect, so... Amazing.
Shana, were the stars going out at the same rate when you were at your other planet that they are now?
Accelerated. We noticed it much like, we have now, where, you're looking at the sky one day and, oh, hey, the constellation that you were looking out for is suddenly missing a key piece of its star.
I should say, Shana, you probably wish that you had access to this telescope. Because this is
seen
something...
it a lot sooner.
Yeah, this is... As you've had like a second glance, this thing blows your mind. Your people had technology that far outstrips this, but this machine, whatever magic is used on this thing, whatever abilities this thing has, it peers into the depths of space far better than anything the Corey had ever constructed. And that's kind of blowing your mind a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's something. I mean, we kind of had the whole technology thing down as far as I was aware, but...
So, wait, we need to think about this.
I'm trying, it's not working.
We've been fighting the cult because they want to summon Tiamat, who's supposed to destroy the world, right?
Yes.
But now we have proof that there's something up there that could also destroy our world.
Well, I think, Yervith, that I think the cult might have known something we didn't. That cultist, he said that they might be bringing back Tiamat for exactly this reason, to fight this thing.
Can we trust him, though?
Yeah, Mira, you believe him?
No,
or
I
are you
don't
just saying what's convenient?
But I think that if that's their motivation...
They're hedging their bet on Tiamat being their best line of defense.
Can you think of an alternative?
I love that. For podcast listeners, Shana very slowly raised her hand.
Yervith's eyes just narrow, like very knowingly at Shana, just like...
What is the alternative?
There are multiple alternatives.
Many. But, I mean, it's Varys, my patron, the one that gives me some of my magical power. He was the one that, well, not while he wasn't able to save the people, he was at least able to save the souls of the people. And, that's how we ended up with the, here on this plane. But, I mean, well, the cult is hedging their bet on Tiamat, and, other people are hedging theirs on what they believe. I personally think maybe the best chance could be with him, but, at this point, who knows? I mean, we thought we knew.
Your people's souls are safe?
Yeah.
They were not lost?
No, that's...
Oh, that is so much better. Oh, that's fine then. Oh, it's okay.
Such a sweetie.
Well, I mean, now they're sharing a body with someone, which is probably very strange in itself. Have you had much experience with that at all?
Sharing bodies? Not...
Yes.
He's a priest.
Not outside of the usual rituals that we have.
You never smashed a soul together into another one and just seen how it works?
Oh, souls? No souls. We have shared bodies, but no souls.
Yeah, I would say mucking around with the soul is sacrilege. For more sacrus, the soul is sacred. To even entertain the idea of casting magic using a soul, casting magic on a soul to interrupt a soul's natural cycle of death and rebirth.
Oh, so Shana's very existence then is sacrilege to your religion.
That's up to Shivers' interpretation.
No. Why would that be? Shana, aren't you just very old? Why would you be sacrilegious to my religion?
I was one of those same people that when the, entire area was destroyed by Hadar, and my patron, moved a lot of the souls into, and found people that were sort of willing to take us in, so to speak. We were without bodies, and so, it's one of the person that ended up taking me in was Lyra.
But isn't Jin? Don't you have this? Isn't the same patron? Are you you have another soul?
Not
No.
since I last checked.
Well, I think that is more of a bit more of a thing for Shana. My patron met him a little differently. From a very young age, didn't really have much of a choice. Completely different circumstances.
It sort of makes narrative justice, because Lara is a body with multiple souls, you're a soul with multiple bodies.
Yes, I've been waiting for someone to point this out for 23 sessions.
It's true, actually.
I've been waiting so long. Thank you, Michael. The symmetry and the antithesis that they are of each other has been beautiful since the very first time. I was like, they're going to have the same patron.
In any case,
But that's confusing though. Like, how can he be the savior of a race and not have saved you, Jin? What did he do for you?
He made you go bam bam with your hands.
Yes, I cast Eldritch Blast. Yes.
Eldritch Bam.
Actually, Matt, I think you remember it goes. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. That's it.
We've had quite a tumultuous relationship, ups and downs and such. Shana and myself have had a lot more different interactions with Varys.
Shana, can I ask you a question? Do you really believe Varys can defeat Hadar?
He is now? No, I don't. But one of the things that, I've been tasked with is helping find more sources of power and information. Even the stone, she holds up the stone, still thinking that it's the real one. She holds up the stone, she's like, even this was given to me because he said, he needs more information, and, requested information from the wizards in this tower. And I'm actually assuming it was the guy that has just escaped, and in hindsight, that I am kicking myself a little bit over it, but...
Shana, you do remember Varys saying that there are a number of wizards in the tower. Any one of them will do.
Do you think that Varys is a better choice than Tiamat?
Yes.
Do you, Jin?
I hope so. I mean, if it is, we'd be fighting on the wrong team.
I have to ask the questions, please. My knowledge of
I think
this
so.
is very limited.
I'm looking at Jin. I'm looking at Jin.
I'm looking at Jin as well.
Yeah.
I think in the sense that he saved, he was at least able to save the souls of, the people that, my people. But, it's, people aren't all good, they're not all bad. And people change. And 600 years is a long time, but I think he's a better chance than Tiamat. I mean, come on, guys.
I think we have very few options.
That's true.
What we do know is if we don't do something, Hadar will likely eventually find...
I mean, we were just saying before we had lots of options, Jen. And now you're saying we have few?
Well, from my perspective anyway. I guess I don't have the intellect of our friend here, and I sort of gesture over to Lockie.
No, me neither. That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
I'll be honest, I sort of look at you, I didn't understand a word I was saying before about the space,
me neither.
Stars.
The stars are just there, right? They're just there, right? That's not.
I honestly just thought they were like.
I knew they were balls
I
of
didn't even know what
fire.
they were.
You knew they were balls of fire. Oh wow, that's more than I knew. I just thought they were just glowy things. Like
I thought it was
around
honestly
out.
like probably like an illusion or something, but
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
it's about
The
you.
gods just, putting up some. Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
but yes, it's. What was that? Sorry.
Reality is an illusion.
I don't know. That's more of a question for Lockie than myself. I'm but humble in these matters.
Likewise, I like to walk amongst the trees and look at animals.
I didn't really study. I sort of, sort of ditched a lot of my classes, so not really an academic.
I believe things that I can see, that I can feel, tangible proof of.
I mean, is it any different to the lights that reflect off the waves in the ocean? I mean, every single little ripple, as our own sun reflects on it, creates light, and is that real, or is that...
I haven't really thought about it that much, Shana. I'm usually just watching the sun to know where I am in the wilderness, so I am not caught out at night and at the mercy of predators and other things. I don't stop to think about why the sun is there. I think about how the sun can help me survive.
You guys,
Time to notice its beauty.
Oh, of course.
you,
It's quite lovely.
Shivers kind of like sits down, kind of slowly on the ground. If the blackness is taking people, and there is nobody there to save their souls, that is the destruction of everything, of my religion. There is no coming back from
Shivers.
that
Shivers.
there's
Or, theoretically, what
Calm
if
yourself.
a new place is created inside Hadar, and he has his own planets? I mean, if he's big enough to eat them, maybe he's big enough to
Inside
have them
check.
eat
What
Inside
do we believe if Shana knows that's true or not?
them. She is just trying to
Hang on.
I know you are.
She's trying to calm him down.
I want to see this insight check. I want to see it before we make any decisions. This is a good one. 13,
Wow,
Yervith.
it's actually really bad.
That's really bad for you, though.
That's a
Shana?
2.
You share as much or little as you want.
Sorry, I did not hear the question.
All right. Yervith said insight check. Do I believe Shana, or do I think she's just making this up?
No.
I guess the question is, from whence does this information come? From knowledge or from your bottom?
She is pulling it out of her ass.
Yeah, I thought so.
She is making this up just like, she's like, oh shit, like, this has sort of rocked Shivers a bit. Like, I mean, as far as she's aware, though, this information could be just as true as eternal destruction. I mean,
I would say you know in your heart that it is overly optimistic to be assuming that everything is fine and there's a utopia inside his gullet. I think
Shivers brings his knees up to his chest and literally just...
it's like the fainting goats. There's a fainting cat. Shivers just...
Yeah. What I will do is, as he sort of does that, I'll like sort of like get on my knee, like sort of like I'll sort of like lower myself to Shivers' level, and I'll be like, "Yeah, look, it's okay." And I bring out a pastry from my my bag of holding.
You are handed a stale pastry.
I use prestidigitation though to like make it flavored.
But it's still stale, so the texture in the
No,
mouth
it's flavored.
Okay, but the texture is still like the pastry is. Yeah, it's really dusty.
I sort of look at like one of like Mira or
powder.
I probably get Mira over here. And I'm like, Mira, can you just shape water or something just to make this a little bit more not as stale? I don't know.
Can I steam the muffin?
Can you steam it? So I'm assuming at this point he's got like some sort of like custard cream. So it's like a little bit of puff pastry on the outside, center of custard, and you like pull out your water skin, get a little bit of water in your hand, and make it a wet stale pastry. And then you pull away, and Shivers is handed.
I will prestidigitation it though
Dry?
to warm it up. So
But Shivers, do you
dry.
like that more because it's wet? Like,
Shivers is
trying
handed.
to basically-
Shivers is handed a warm, soggy, stale custard cream.
I am so grateful that you wish to help me, but I am suffering from a terrible existential crisis right now that destroys my entire faith and my belief in all things. I need to lie down.
Shivers, Tiddles, the zombified sea hag, places a hand upon your shoulder and gives you a gentle squeeze, and one of her fingers falls off.
I will. That's gross.
This doesn't validate any of your theories or teaching. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As you're talking, as Shana says this, Lockie's going to tinker something. He's just going to put together a little device, and what it is it's a little ring that's been twisted and warped in a way that it only actually ever has one edge.
Ooh.
And as you twist it, it sort of rotates through itself, just as a something to keep his mind active, and also
What are those things called?
it's called a.
What are those
Yeah,
things
I know what they're called. I know what they're called as well. I'm blanking on it.
Anyway, it's sort of a representation of infinity and the power of perception.
They almost look a little bit like a Mobius strip, but 3 dimensions, but also like flat metal, and they're freaky, man. I can't remember what they're called. If chat remembers, paste in chat. I can't remember either. It's getting into my brain.
Yeah. It is a Mobius strip.
I think I know what you're talking about there. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like, because I've seen these before, like real representations of Mobius strips, because obviously you can't actually have a real representation of a Mobius strip, so that's freaky.
You take one, give it a half twist, and join the ends again. And then if you follow it around the finger, it's only got one edge.
Kind of like a Mobius strip then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shivers, you are handed a Mobius strip in 3 dimensions, and as you trace it with your eyes, it just keeps going and going and going and going. And that sense of continuation, does that fill you with much hope? Does that focus your mind? How does Shivers respond?
I mean, Shivers as a large anthropomorphic cat.
Oh yeah, loves being handed a shiny rotating thing.
Who is hyperventilating on the floor in fetal position right now with a finger in his lap, is probably, just going to focus on this, and without even having the mental capacity at that time to actually thank Lockie for handing it to him or comprehend anything. He's just there on the ground focusing his entire body on something outside of his imminent death of permanency.
Been there.
Well, that ended really well.
This took a dark turn.
We had a great chat.
In any case, I believe that our immediate threat is still Tiamat. We still must find a way to stop her, and I believe if we are capable enough to do that, we are capable to deal with whatever it is that lies before us.
Agreed.
Well, that's the way. See, if we defeat them all and Hadar and all that, Shivers, you won't have to worry about your crisis.
Exactly.
It will be solved.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of fixing.
Or it could
the
end
death
all
of the
horribly, and then we won't feel a thing.
Jin!
Perfect.
We were so close!
Hey, look, it's a win-win either way. We either get erased and we don't have anything to worry about, or we defeat them and we have nothing to worry about.
I'm just going to step outside onto the balcony for just a brief moment.
Oh yeah, I'll come out and console you, my friend. Come.
We move the plane. We find a way to move the plane away from Hadar. Just everything. Move it all.
Do you really believe that Hadar would fool Hadar?
Wouldn't he just keep going until he gets that plane eventually?
Wait, I mean, it would at least buy us some time.
You're delayed the inevitable. You cannot run
Some
away
time to
forever.
do what?
Actually, isn't it? He can't get in right now, though, can he? Wasn't that something I remember hearing? That gods can't come down here right now as it is, but...
Yeah, they're blocked. They can't.
For now.
But that's the thing, if they...
Hadar is a god.
Yeah.
You guys don't know
Yeah,
what
as far as-
Hadar is. I mean, you've kind of been personifying it a little bit, but you don't even know if that's correct.
In any case, we could debate this all day, but we still have probably a dead wizard in the dungeon that we need to deal with.
I agree. Yeah, let's do what we can actually see right in front of us right now.
That is definitely something that I need to be focusing my brain on right now.
Yes, Shivers.
Focus on your dead friends, okay?
Dead friends.
Yeah.
Dead friends.
Yeah.
Not
And living friends, please. We are all still alive.
Yes, but that is the joys of dead friends, is they become living friends again. But I need to not. We need to go down to the basement.
Just don't think about it. Let's go.
Alrighty. I will assume that you will then move towards the teleportation circle. Shana holding the runestone, and you press the symbol with the hourglass. Correct?
At least Shana would go to.
Yeah.
Is that the plan? Is that what we're doing?
Nice.
Yes.
Anything else? Is a better idea?
Okay. Fantastic. As you step onto the teleporter once again and activate this symbol of the hourglass, unlike previously, where touching this symbol provoked no effect, no discernible change, this time there's a sudden rush as you feel yourselves moving once again, that sense of being displaced from time and space before being pulled back down again to a location. You find yourselves in a small rectangular room. Darkness all around you, except for this very faint light emerging from the roof above. The bodies of 3 dead cultists lie on the floor.
Oh, good.
You can see that 2 of them are struck with these looks of horror upon their faces, mouths agape in a silent scream. They took to their graves. A trail of blood leading down the narrow corridor in front of you leads to the body of the 3rd cultist. It looks like he crawled from a room beyond towards this room. On the floor, no sign of any teleportation circle remains. You are, for the moment, trapped.
Wow.
Yervith is gonna just try and get the lay of the land, try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
He's
could you
gonna
make me an
inspect
investigation or perception check, please?
Definitely gonna be a perception check.
Can I help him?
You can help him, Mira.
Inspecting the bodies?
Yes. You ever thought you can roll that with advantage? 23.
That's
Yervith. 2 of the cultists, the ones with the horrified looks on their faces, you look over their bodies and have a bit of a look around. You can see that one of them appears to have been killed by some sort of magical force, perhaps. Blunt force trauma, but no skin breakage and no bruising. Whatever damage was dealt killed this creature before bruising could emerge, this half-elf cultist. The 2nd cultist appears to have drowned. Water pooling in his mouth, still running out, but his clothes and his body are completely dry.
I told you Shape Water could do that.
The cultist who had dragged himself down the corridor has been disemboweled.
Oh no.
His chest and guts sliced open by a sharp weapon, maybe a dagger or short sword or other similar sharp implement. It looks like he crawled from whatever room lies beyond this one and perished a moment away from safety. For those of you who are wondering why this has taken such a dark turn, it's not because I'm getting in some practice for Curse of Strahd.
I was wondering. Actually, speaking of shape water, can Shana pull the water using shape water out of that guy's mouth and just see does it react like normal water essentially, or is it like a?
If you can pull shape water, if you use shape water to pull water out of a person's lungs, you're going to argue that you can use it to put water into a person's lungs, and I'm not standing for that shit. You're not going to catch me out. Shana, as this creature is dead, you focus and you try to pull the water out from the lungs. You are unable to suck all the water out of the corpse. However, the water that is pooled inside the mouth, you are able to pull, and a little bit of the water through the motion of the water and through the we're sort of looking for process by which water pulls other water.
Osmosis?
Not quite osmosis.
Movement of water, but
yeah, it's sort of surface tension. I can't remember what it's called. Capillary effect. Capillary effect. Through the capillary effect of pulling water across a gradient. and pulling it through these narrow tubes of the esophagus. You are able to apply a little bit of water. Shana, as you hold up your hands, you have a football-sized, a soccer ball-sized globule of water just from the mouth and throat. There is a lot more left in the lungs.
Is there any other sign of like water pooling anywhere in the room? Like,
No
so all the water is in
water.
this guy's lungs.
No other water, no other moisture. Just this corpse who is, as Yervith points out, clearly drowned.
Can I have a look and does it seem like it's been teleported? Would I be able to tell that?
Ooh, Lockie. As this corpse is not in the room, it's sort of just in the corridor in front of where you guys are, perhaps it was teleported here, but if so, then it has been moved.
So they don't look. Do they look like they've died in, combat or anything like that? I mean, obviously that one of them's been disemboweled, but do they look as though they've died in the midst of doing an action?
Yes.
And,
So
and I
yes,
guess on top of that, is the body wet, or is the body dry?
the body
and
is
they're-
completely dry.
right.
So the one who's drowned, hard to say. You could just see the mouth open wide in this silent scream, almost eyes wide open. And I should say as well, rigor mortis has set in. The bodies are somewhat stiff as you try to maneuver them. The other corpse, the one who had been killed with bludgeoning damage, possibly magical force, given that there's no skin breakages and no bruising, definitely looks like it was in the process of running. Most of the damage is actually on its back. It looks like it was mostly struck from behind. The one that drowned, you have no idea. The disemboweled corpse, 100% died in this room. You can see where it dragged itself, but where it was attacked, somewhere in a room beyond.
So running towards us or running away?
Trying to crawl towards this room that you are currently in and the teleportation circle that should be here, but is not.
Hey!
Ready yourselves.
Yes.
I've already got 4 helpers. I don't have room for any more helpers. Nobody else is able to collect any friends? That's just me, isn't it?
Just you, Shivers.
I'm not great at collecting friends. People don't usually like me.
Oh, we like you, Lockie.
Lockie.
I haven't known you for very long, but you're very intelligent. That's a good thing.
Shivers, we should probably here. Perhaps you can do your rituals once we've ascertained the situation down here.
Okay, I'll stay at the back.
Shivers, your necromancer friend, he doesn't have
Yes.
water elemental zombies by any chance, does he?
He didn't. When I saw him last, I mean, we're not combat priests by any means. We look after our catacombs and keep everyone who is supposed to be there, which isn't hard. they don't move around very much. But no, we don't. Fighting's not. Fighting's not really a thing.
Shivers, tell me again, what was it that you and your master were able to ascertain about the mask?
Oh, DM.
Hello. You remember, Shivers, that you and Depths together had tried to ascertain what this mask could do. You not helping as much, obviously. Depths was the one whose arcane knowledge and deep understanding of how artifacts of great magical power work. You more there to sort of like accompany Depths and keep him safe on his journey. Depths was able to ascertain that this item contained great power of an inscrutable nature. Some weird mix of various schools of magic constantly flowing and changing, power unable to be determined. You have no idea what the blue mask can do.
It does a whole lot of not very much. And I mean that in its literal sense. It does a whole lot of not very much.
You don't know what it does.
No.
It just controls dragons, doesn't it? Does it do much else?
As far as I'm aware, it does absolutely nothing. But it does a whole lot in the process of doing absolutely nothing.
Did you test it on any dragons?
I don't know any personally. Mira? Are you willing? Is that a thing?
Technically not a dragon. But
I mean, you're close. I mean, what about... Oh, no, there's the companion who I'm not allowed to call a pet. That is a dragon.
Drake.
Teeny tiny dragon? Or is that like calling me a cat?
That's like calling you a panther.
I'm not as majestic as my very tribal cousins.
In any case, perhaps I should scout ahead and see what we're dealing with.
Oh yes, the dead people. Imminent danger. Good idea.
Yervith, as you look into the corridor beyond, you can see a dark passageway, maybe 5 foot, 1 meter wide, with ceilings only about sort of 1.5, 2 meters high. You have to crouch a little bit as you move into this tunnel. As you move up towards the entrance of the tunnel and step over the blood stain, this large, long trail of blood left by this cultist who has dragged himself out of the room beyond and begin heading down the corridor, you can see a little bit of the room beyond. When you move up, I'll give you a bit of a description of what you see. Yeah, please roll a stealth check
for sure.
Yes. Yeah, please roll a stealth check. I figured you probably were. 18.
It's not that good.
Alrighty. That's okay. 18's pretty good. I mean, just because you normally roll above 20 doesn't mean that 18's bad. 18's
I know, but like
18's like the
13,
best that
like...
everyone else gets.
I mean, you roll a 5 and you get 18.
5.
I know. Let's not hear any more of your bitching, mate. Yervith, as you head up and look into the room beyond, you can see the blood streaking through into the center of the room and a large collection of blood pooling in the very center. You can see that there are a set of bloody boot prints heading up the corridor to the north. The room itself is fairly barren. A large round table with 4 chairs sits in one corner of the room, shelves and workbenches arranged along the walls. Books and papers are scattered on the table, and you can see sitting on the table amongst these papers and scrolls a small wooden chest about the size of a shoebox, with a large padlock affixed to the top of it. South walls contain a series of bookshelves, some containing what look to be rolled up scrolls, others containing what look to be potion ingredients. Apart from that, the room seems rather bare, a rather odd sight for someone to have met such a grisly fate.
The blood pooling in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Is that just because there's a natural depression in the ground and the blood is pooling at the low point?
You don't know. Do not
Because
know.
you at this point will look up and see if there's like a body hanging from the ceiling.
No body hanging from the ceiling. The ceiling in this room is about 3 to 4 meters high, so about 20 to 30 feet.
Okay, so it would be like kind of within peripheral vision.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah,
Way, okay.
exactly.
So, just quickly, sorry to butt in. While this is going on and Yervith is doing all this, can Jin ritual cast Detect Magic?
Jin absolutely can ritual cast Detect Magic.
Yep.
So you get to see, I think it's within 60 feet, and you get to know the School of Magic as well, correct? If I remember Detect Magic correctly.
30 feet. With
30
I can
feet.
sense the presence of magic within 30 feet.
Great.
I can then use my magic to see a faint. I can sense. You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, which will be some of us. And then I learn at School of Magic, if any.
There you go. I'm going to put a little aura around you so that I know where you're looking and what counts as 30 feet. As you enter into this room, Jin, you can see there is a strong source of illusion magic coming from back where you came from, down at the very bottom where the teleportation circle should be. As you look at the floor, you can see there is a very strong illusionary magic. And as you focus, you get the sense there's something... The illusion is covering the top of the ground, matching it like a second skin, making it impossible to see through. Underneath, you're not sure. Perhaps the teleportation circle is still there.
Can I poke one of the bodies?
Yeah, you poke the body. It's real. You give it a poke.
Okay, it's real. I don't
You poke the disemboweled one. It's a bit squishy.
Okay, so they're maybe not part of the spell. I sort of look around and just letting you all know that this vicinity over here, where the the circle should be, is something, and it's above ground. You said, Owen, right?
Yeah, it's just on the surface, almost like someone has positioned this illusion just above the ground, like paper-thin height, hiding whatever is underneath.
So, paper-thin height, just above the ground, a very strong illusion magic or spell.
Can I braille my way over there? Like, if I'm standing on that spot, can I feel anything on the ground?
Yeah. Shivers, as you place your hands on the ground, begin feeling around. You can feel indentations in a circle around, making up what look to be sort of strange angular characters or maybe runes underneath. But as you look at the ground, it's just flat ground. But you can feel these runes marked into the ground underneath you.
The circle, is still here. It's been hidden, but it's still here.
Is this a trap?
I think it's to make us, obviously, have no sense of escape. But I think we're good for that part. If I cast a spell magic, I can target the illusion, right, and leave the teleportation circle?
You get the sense that probably whatever magic you cast is going to have to be very powerful to undo the teleportation circle.
Oh, not to undo the teleportation circle, but the illusion magic.
That's what I mean. Like, you know that probably for you to do anything that's going to disrupt the teleportation circle, you would have to cast some pretty high-level magic that you're not even sure you're capable of. Magic you're not even sure you'll ever be capable of.
Can I try and braille out some of the symbols so we've got an idea of if we were to try and get out, maybe we could actually still do it?
Ooh, okay.
Draw it out.
Shivers, can you give me an Arcana check, please? And while you're doing that, Jin, do you want to
Can I give him help as well, because I'm with him?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You have advantage on that.
And I can use the detect magic as well to help him.
24. Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
You've got advantage.
You might get a crit.
You might get a...
Oh shit, I've got advantage. Yeah.
Advantage. You may as well use it.
I'm right there with you, and I've been studying it with you, and we figured it out, so it makes sense.
This could be interesting.
Nah, not as good.
16. Okay, we'll take 24.
Still really good.
Shivers, you're not classically trained in arcane runes. Not being a traditionally trained wizard, you are more of a priest than a traditionally trained wizard. Your knowledge of intricate runes outside of the school of necromancy is very, very slim. But you do get the sense as you feel through this that you recognize some of these runes. And as you feel around, you get a general sense that yes, this is a teleportation circle. And you very quickly realize that it links up to the rest of the teleportation circles in this tower. In fact, as you go to the wall and place your hand on the wall, as Jin points out another illusion on the wall, you can feel the same familiar symbols: the fire, the right-handed triangle, the square, again placed along the wall where they would be to activate to use the rest of the tower teleportation circles.
I've got them. I understand. It's the same symbols in the same order. We need to map these out so that we can use them.
We can freeze some water in. Are they embossed into the stone? We can pour water over it.
Yeah, they're embossed.
And then freeze the water.
I have chalk.
But isn't there an illusionary lamp
I have
on
chalk.
top of the ground?
Can I just use... Oh, that's actually a good point. Can we actually draw on the illusion?
Well, I was thinking,
Here's what happens.
Next to it.
This is such a good question. As you draw on the illusion, the chalk leaves no sign of its movement. And actually, as you focus, Jin, you can see the very tip of the chalk disappears into the teleportation, into the illusion that's covering the teleportation circle.
I was thinking ice. Because it would lift up slightly more as it froze.
Yeah, I feel like emboss the ice.
Yes.
That's possible. Or we could just draw next to the circle so we have a reference point, whatever works. All ideas are good ideas.
Mira, as you two work together using shape water to freeze and move the water around to fill the thing, you see the very tips of the ice poking up through the illusion. The illusion only being, again, paper thin, just enough to cover the teleportation circle and make it look like it's gone. You realize that the same teleportation circles that you've been using to get around the tower, it is in this room, it is here. You've not appeared in a room without the teleportation circle. It's just been very cleverly hidden so that it looks like you are trapped in this room. But you can use the teleportation circle, you suspect, same as you can any of the others. If you wanted to.
Prison level, is it? Where they've hidden the teleportation circle to try and keep those that they want to remain here.
That's also, in seemingly an odd way, perhaps they want them panicked or feared.
They look
Scared?
terrified.
They look dead.
Yes. Or they died, they were scared.
That's true.
So perhaps
That's
that's
not wrong.
the part of the trap, is the fear wanting to invoke. The feeling of being...
Should we test the circle just to be absolutely certain and then come straight back?
I actually think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that is. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you come
Thumbs
back
up.
here? I don't want to leave you here.
I'm going to use my symbol and just boop a symbol.
What I'll
Which
do is I
symbol
will
are you
quickly
booping?
go. While Yervith is in this room, quickly I will enter it real quick.
Oh,
and just get a
fantastic.
bit
Thank
more-
you. Thank you, Jin.
Oh, I walk where
Brilliant.
Yervith was though.
Thank you, Jin.
You entered the room.
Yeah, but wasn't he here? Yervith is like right there.
He
was
never
in the
entered the
corridor.
room.
Oh no, because I wouldn't. Okay, hold on. I wouldn't because Yervith. I thought Yervith was in the room.
No.
I would walk up to Yervith. I wouldn't walk into the room though.
Okay.
Because I thought he was in the room. So I would so
No,
where
no,
Yervith
no.
was, I'll walk up to Yervith,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use my detect magic to look around as well.
Okay.
So
You see no signs of magic inside the room.
Okay. Cool.
Also, I've booped myself to the upside down L just to test the...
Okay, you watch as, in a flash of light, Shivers disappears. All of his zombies immediately start looking around, bumping into each other, trying to locate where Shivers has gone. Shivers, you said the upside down L? Thank you. Okay,
Oh, no.
Shivers.
What does that mean?
Shivers. Here we go.
Remember the golden rule of D&D, guys?
I'm
Don't
coming
split
straight back.
the party.
You never
Straight
split the party.
Shivers.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a zombie.
It's great having
With a
you on
sudden...
Yeah.
It's been great having a guest character. Shivers. With a sudden flash of light, you find yourself standing in a small cylindrical room of stone, the teleportation circle at your feet. You can see there is a door to the south of you, and you can also hear voices coming from the other side of the door with your passive perception. Oi, I think I heard the teleportation circle. I heard it activate. What's going on? What's happening? What was that?
I'm going back. I'm booping myself back.
Shivers, do you have the sigil that Shana has? Because you don't. Shivers, you press the hourglass, nothing happens.
What does that mean?
Oh no. Maybe we got fucked up.
I go to the where were we last? I
Yeah.
go to the telescope. I go to the telescope.
What was the telescope symbol, Shivers? Shall I tell
What
you
are
the
symbol
symbols again?
options?
The
Yeah.
chair,
Can't tell you, we're not there.
the chair, the
Not
upside
there,
down
it's
L,
like-
the rectangle, the flame, the star, the square, the hourglass, or the right hand triangle.
I go to the flame. I remember we went to
Okay.
the flame.
We
at one
have been
point.
to the flame before. And
Shivers,
that's
with a sudden
Oh,
movement, with a sudden burst of light, you appear in that same room with the large bonfire burning in the center. The bones of the dragon arranged around it, and the dead bodies of some of the cultists that you didn't resurrect as zombies still lying where they lay, where you had positioned them.
Oh dear. Oh dear, I have made a horrible mistake. Oh dear.
So while
After a
this is
few
going
seconds, you guys notice Shivers isn't coming back.
on, were we
We,
meant to go with him? What? Why did he go on his own?
Shut up. Shut up. What have you got in your hand there?
It's the keystone, isn't it?
Yep.
We better go
Did
get it.
anyone see where he went?
No, because it's an illusion. We wouldn't be able to
You
see
can't
what he
see which
picked.
one he touched.
Should we just cycle to the ones that we've
Can I
been
just
to?
say, this is really important. Raph tells the story of how he lost like 4 characters in a single campaign.
And he
5 characters
does
in a
stuff like
campaign.
this.
Can you now see how maybe that might have happened and it wasn't my fault?
Oh.
Right,
Hey man, I'm just trying to help the team out.
First lesson, never help the team.
right. He he had a keystone on him. Does anyone remember what keystone he had?
Do we?
I don't remember.
I don't think he
If you don't remember, your characters don't remember. Yes, he did have a keystone. Yervith doesn't even remember that he had one. Yervith, you definitely don't know what it is.
There to see it.
Oh, this is so good. This is getting us in the zone for Curse of Strahd, Raph. You're ready.
Does Lockie, with his mind of metal, does he remember?
Oh, Lockie. Okay, can you read out exactly how I worded mind of metal?
Okay.
Because I was very specific in my choice of words when I rewrote this.
Also, during this process, Shivers is going to start fortifying his position by like chairs and tables. He's like trying to tip everything over and make like a defensible position.
Yeah, Shivers, you like knock over some tables, you like hide behind them, you're like looking for a stick, you break off one of the legs of the table, start whittling it down into a tiny spear. You're like, oh shit.
Would this be a history check on our own personal history?
Yes, this would be a history check on your own personal history. So you have advantage, I believe.
I have advantage.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, so Lockie is using a feature called Mind of Metal. It is one of the ones I rewrote for the Giant Forged, which is the homebrew race I've created, which is a modification or a sub-race of the Warforged. 1421.
It's pretty good.
Lockie.
21's not bad.
You remember Shivers pressing the upside down L.
Oh, thank God. Thank God I got a nerd.
But that doesn't actually, at a game that doesn't actually help us, but in
No,
game.
it doesn't, but at least gets us one step closer.
Yeah.
Just.
Well, we have to go back.
We have to get in.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Everybody.
You
Should
do
we
not
just-
have to get the cat.
Should we
Everybody
just sort
get
of?
on the teleport circle. We're not
Should we
leaving
just
them behind.
go? Should we just go through all the ones we've been through before? He might have went to one that's familiar. I have no
He
idea.
might have remembered one he'd been to before.
Well,
He went to the-
he went to the upside down L.
Yeah.
That's the one he pressed.
Oh, okay. And then I guess we go there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's where we would go.
That's where we'd go.
The zombies
shit.
having no Shivers to command them, the necromancer who raised them no longer there, continue bumping into each other, looking for their master.
Sort of, like push them, like like.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining
them on.
their googly eyes are still on them. They're just like, whoa, like their eyes are just, what?
Is this a really bad idea? Should we send them down this way?
How are
Is
you
that
going to
a
do
bad
that?
idea?
How are you going to send them down?
If we start pushing them that way, they might just start walking that way.
As you push them, they try to move back into the last position that they were commanded to go
Okay.
to by Shivers.
Gotcha.
Take them
with us.
No,
Like,
they'll be fine. We'll be back here, I'm sure.
Yeah, they can guard the entry.
I was gonna say more, like, Shana's got rope, like, she's just sort of like, maybe I can just, like, tie them and just pull them on.
Oh my God.
Rope just like goes through them. They're just little squishy.
That's one and a half.
The sigil. If something tries to ambush us in here, at least they'll, I don't know, be aware of it, or perhaps they'll attack it.
Guys,
We're the good guys.
so
We're
sorry.
the good guys.
Leave him behind. He's going
Jin,
long
at
enough.
this point, your detect magic would be wearing off.
That's fine.
All right, so you guys all step onto the teleportation circle. The zombie's not coming with you. Oops, I've just given Mira and Lockie access to the Underdark, the lands beyond.
Can I get? Oh no, I won't do that.
No.
I
What
was
was
like, can Eleanor stay with the zombies? But I don't know if she'd like that.
She can,
Probably not a good idea.
she can shepherd them like a sheepdog.
Eleanor's like trying to like shepherd the zombies, and they just keep bumping into each other, trying to stay in the one position where they were last commanded to go.
Sheep, zombies. Yeah, they're different.
Okay.
Very small difference. Yeah.
My question is, which button are you pressing?
It's gonna be L, the upside down.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Okay.
That's what
Here's what happens. As you activate the teleportation circle with the sigil, you find yourselves rushed through. Suddenly, the room you appear in is smaller than the teleportation circle that you use to teleport, as there are 6 of you. 2 of you are bodily thrown through the wall. I'm going to choose it at random. And when I say I'm going to choose it, I'm going to make you choose it. Lockie,
So not cut in half. That's
could you
something.
roll me a d6? No, because you're not half in, half out of the teleportation circle when it activates. You're coming out the other end of one. I'd like a d6 from Lockie and a d6 from Shana, please. And I'm giving you numbers from 1 to 6. Eleanor is a number as well.
Oh,
Number 1 is Lockie. Number 4 is Jin. You both take. You should have brought the zombies. That would have been so much worse. You both take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you are thrown outside of the door in this teleportation circle. The rest of you stay inside. The door crashes through, and you are sent hurtling through this door. Jin and Lockie, you crash through into a waiting cultist who is about to open the door to see what was on the other side. I'm going to put you all in initiative.
So sorry.
I'm going to put everyone in initiative, and I'm going to bring us across to the map.
We don't even know where you are.
I done goofed. I thought I was helping. I wasn't helping.
He's not there.
Love it.
Hey, I remember that time the guest character killed the entire cast.
I am not holding that one.
It's like a Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode.
Yeah, this is, you cannot make this shit up, and yet somehow you are making this shit up as we go along.
The gang TPKs in the Wizard Tower is what this episode should be.
Alrighty, so whose initiative hasn't worked? I'll take Shivers off the initiative. Actually, no, Shivers, you stay on the initiative order. You stay on the initiative order, buddy.
You have to do something.
Yeah.
I thought I'd rolled. I had not.
Oh no.
This is just not what I was expecting for tonight's session. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Oh, and you're probably like, they go to the dungeon, they meet the wizards, they figure out blue dragon
trust Raph to just fuck it.
Yes, I press the button that takes me away where I cannot get back. Press.
I didn't know that bit. I forgot that bit.
Okay, whose initiative has not appeared? Everyone looks right from what I can see. Yep, that looks correct.
Except
you want me
Lockie's 20. Yep. That looks good to me. Lockie, you're up first. As you tumble into the room with Jin and crash into this cultist and are thrown prone, the cultist who's like knocked on the ground looks up and goes, "What? Who are you?" She just starts piling through into this room.
I'm going to kill you. Ha! And then he's going to
Jeez, okay. I mean, just because we're in initiative doesn't mean it has to be combat. I just needed to know the order.
Different campaign, sorry, different campaign. I play another Warforged Artificer.
And it's a murder bot.
He's a murder bot. Okay.
Oh, murder bot.
Yeah. Okay. Ex-military. All right.
That's cool.
I'm terribly sorry. I think we took the wrong door.
The cultist. I'm going to pause initiative. Until things take off. The cultist sort of like stands up. Lockie and Jin, you do the same. You know, like a prone, and he peers through into the room. Yeah.
That's
I'll assume you do the same. Sort of like looking in and seeing Shana, Yervith, Mira, and Eleanor like pushed up against each other inside this slightly smaller teleportation circle. Looks and goes, what's going on? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Ah, lovely to meet you. My name is Bolgriff.
Sorry.
Lovely to meet you.
Sorry, what was that name again?
I was gonna go. I've been playing Skyrim, so Bolgriff.
I'm Yal.
But I was gonna change to Boulder or something like that because that's what I've heard before. And then
it's hard being the Jarl of Whiterun.
Lovely to meet you, though. Yeah, lovely tale you have
voice
here.
For the cultist from now on. You carry on.
Perfect. Lovely tale you've got here. Just a few safety concerns, of course, and I get my notepad out. And I start jotting things down. Look, what is the go?
Who gave you permission to write here in this tower?
Oh, you changed so quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to do. No, he's always sounded like this. You're just hearing stuff.
I imagine like me crashing in.
Yeah,
my ears are ringing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was that, my friend?
You can't be. Who gave you permission to write things down here?
Oh, is there a law that I can't do this?
I do not know, because I do not know who you are. As he says this,
I don't know who you are.
Another cultist steps out, this time in a long, red,
hello
flowing
there.
cloak.
I give him a wave.
I did not sound like fucking the Count from Sesame Street. I want fun adventurer.
While I'm talking and like talking to these guys and keeping them preoccupied. By all means, anyone else, if you want to make any moves.
Yeah. We've paused initiative. As this other cultist steps out, he goes,
hello. Lovely to meet you. Who are you both?
I'm Sergeant Dane. This is Corporal Thug. Who are you and what are you doing here? This is the living quarters. I didn't realize we were getting an inspection. Who are you?
I said this before, I'm Bolgriff, lovely to meet you. So basically, we've just sort of come out here today, we're looking at sort of we're just making alterations for the living quarter, making it a little bit more comfortable for you all. This teleportation circle, look at this, this can't even fit 6 of us like this, I just imagine this must be a nightmare for you both.
Do you
sure
really
there's more
think
than...
we have any say on the setup of the teleportation circles? We're just using this tower. We didn't put this stuff in.
Oh yeah, but I have been contracted by the owner of the tower to sort of come through and make it a little bit more comfortable for you all in your stay here.
Xonthal, the wizard who died 200 years ago.
Yes, of course. Do you think we live in a fantasy with like this magic and such that he still doesn't have ownership and rights, and he doesn't have his spirit still lingers, my friend.
The cultist
He's a wizard.
The cultist next to him looks and goes, I have heard a strange voice scratching from below in the tower below in the basement,
Ooh.
and those people who went missing.
What
Maybe
is
the
that?
ghost
What
of
is going on?
Xonthal got them.
Whoa. What happened there, my friend?
Shut it. Look, Jorgen told us that
That can't be good, though.
Iskander's escaped down to the basement. Killed a couple of cultists who went to go after him. There's nothing mysterious about it.
Oh, right, okay.
Fuck you, chat.
Well, my
I'm getting teased by chat
to
now.
your friends.
Van strange voice. Fuck you guys. I hate you. I don't really, but still. Unbelievable.
Well, I feel for your compatriots. That must be... Oh, wow, okay, wow, I didn't even... Yeah, wow.
Maybe we should go and check that out. That sounds like a major safety flaw if someone's killing people.
That is...
why
I will
it's-
note that down. Nice.
That's why the basement's
Don't
been
you-
locked off and only Jorgen can access it with his keystone.
Yeah, didn't you take that up with human resources? I believe that would be an issue.
Human resources? What do you think this is? Not some mercantile guild? What?
This is the wizard's tower, and the wizard takes everything into account.
The other
I know
cultists
you don't have
goes,
much dealings with him and such, so you wouldn't be sort of privy to his, guidelines and rules and things he has in place.
The other cultist sort of looks and goes, I really don't like the sound of this. It's the wizard still
You
being
over
like
here?
sending
I'm
these
so sorry.
people.
Corporal, is it? What is the scratching noise down down lower? What is that? Do you know?
Don't listen to him. He's just some scared kid who thinks he's gonna get tough by joining our organization. No, I really heard it. Sound
But if he
of
heard
metal
this, I need to know
scraping
this
on
because
stone.
I need to jot it down.
Sound of metal scraping on stone. That could keep you up at night. Well, you have to get on that. That is a flaw.
That is a
I'll
flaw.
just write that down in my notepad / aka my.
Also note down that if he's scuttling against the rock, he may actually be messing with the magical ley lines inside the building, which could create an accident.
Oh, that is
What
good.
you think Iskander's trying to sabotage the tower?
Oh, he could be. You're smart. I didn't even take you for that. Wow.
He is in the basement, right? Structural integrity of the basement. It's at the bottom of the tower. Yes, he could be plotting to topple the tower down. Yes.
Well,
Sergeant,
it's
you
like,
are.
If he
you
survived,
should-
we know that there's creatures down there. The last time we sent an expedition
Oh.
party, this is before Iskander went down. They were slaughtered. We took us all our efforts just to recover the bodies.
You know what creature it was, because that is obviously a safety hazard.
Some conjured magical creature clad in armor, billowing flame. Something I've never seen before. I hope to never see again.
Would I know what that is?
Lockie, would you like to make me an Arcana check, please?
Sure. Oh, 16.
16. I mean, a creature clad in armor billowing flame. You've heard of elementals before. The giants used elemental magic and occasionally would tap into the elemental planes of fire, earth, air, and water. But elementals clad in armor? Something seems wrong. Something's up here. Maybe it's some sort of illusionary creature. Maybe some sort of animated armor that's been set on fire. You're not sure. Something else is going on here.
that sounds like it could easily get out of control, especially if the one who conjured it was hurt or killed. Also, note that down. Note that down.
Oh, I am noting down with gusto, and I'm just scribbling like all the stuff that we are hearing from these dudes, and embellishing a little bit too.
Have you seen a naked cat person? Not a naked cat person.
A fucking what? What are you talking about?
No.
Another safety hazard.
What do you mean a naked cat?
Wandering around the
like
tower.
someone shaved a cat?
Yeah.
No.
Close to. Another safety hazard wandering around the town. We're just
Trust me,
trying to
you
nip
know
that
it
in
if
the
you saw
bud. It's probably what you
Actually, what
actually
we're
said.
tracking down. The dangerous.
They call me an idiot.
Oh,
Did
dear
you?
me.
Well, Corporal, Sergeant, sorry to bother you at such an inopportune time. Do you guys have anything you'd like to add at all? Like anything we can rectify? Make your stay here a bit more comfortable. Refreshments topped up?
On the record?
Oh, do you want it off?
No, on the record's fine.
Okay.
We've been stationed out here for 6 bloody months. What are we doing here? Why are we here? I understand Jorgen wants to investigate the mask and he's managed to get it off of, Well, what are we doing here? What's the point?
Well, that? Jorgen, something about mask or something?
No.
Is this mask like...
How's it?
How did you not know about the masks? What are you talking about?
You do realize that we're just here to literally look after the tower.
We're here for the
We
tower.
don't have much knowledge at all about your comings and goings.
What happens in the tower is your business. We're just here for the tower.
What happens in the tower stays in the
Well then, forget what you heard and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Well, I look at the party, I sort of gaze at their looks. What is everyone sort of thinking?
I was going to suggest we improve your betting situation, but I mean, if you don't want to, we won't order those double layer quilts then for our friends here.
Shame. Everybody
Cancel
loves
the order for the down.
The double down
What was that?
quilts.
Sorry? I look at Lockie because I did hear Michael talking.
Yes, I wanted to ask, we'll let you be. Just, we're new here, we're just inspectors. If you could remind us which was the button for the basement, would be great.
The hourglass.
Oh, thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yes, not to press.
Enjoy your stay. We'll be off our way.
Bye.
Ta-da. Should keep in touch.
Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, take off. Well done. That was... That's not what I was expecting.
Always the default to the inspector.
That's like the second or third time it's sort of worked now.
Fucking works. And so only 4 of you can use this teleportation circle at a time. So Mira,
I would imagine...
Shana, Yervith, Elador, where are you guys going next?
Well, because he's not here, Shana would probably do a similar assumption where, all right, let's retrace our steps, because he clearly has had a keystone, and she is just really, really hoping that the keystone that he went to is not the one that is key locked, that only he currently has a key for.
So I mean, it's basically going to be either we go to the star or the flame. If they've already, yeah.
Should we go hourglass first though? Because they've literally said hourglass, and like that's where like. Yeah, I know, but like,
as in like to
because he's prompted us the hourglass. If we pick something completely different, he'd be like, "Oh, why'd they do that?"
Right.
Then we can just
They
we
can't
can regroup.
see from where, like, because the room is so packed with people. I mean, the cultists can't see what you're touching. Like, there's like
That's
4
true.
people jammed in shoulder to shoulder in like an elevator that's too small for them. No, you don't think they'd be able to see which symbol you were pressing.
Also,
Okay.
Rory, how long has this been?
This has been like 5-10 minutes of chatting. Shivers has got
Okay,
like a
cool.
blanket foot going right now, and he's like
Cool,
tucked in with his little spears, looking around,
'Cause
playing
I'm
like a
almost
harmonica.
Almost at the point of aborting mission and going somewhere else, so I'll stick it out if it's only been that short a time.
It's only been like
Imagine
5-10
you put
minutes.
like a blanket over the ribcage of the dragon.
Yeah.
It's like hiding
Yeah,
it.
that's
like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Alrighty.
like, not want to be too meta? I feel like Shana would probably go to the flame just because
the
that
last
is
one
where
you
she
were at.
teleported into.
Yeah. As you guys appear on the teleportation circle, Shivers is standing there, having made a little fort out of broken tables and chairs and stuck some bones in like an odd angle.
I throw a rib as soon as the teleporter comes to fruition.
make me an attack with an improvised weapon, so a D20 plus your dexterity, please. No.
Can I attempt to catch it?
D20.
Can you?
Not
Maybe.
a monk.
Let's see how he goes. I want to see what his roll is first.
Yeah. See what
Plus my dex of 1, so
15.
Yeah, 15.
Yes, Yervith, you could possibly catch this. Yeah. Would you like to make
do we
me
roll,
an acrobatics check?
Acrobatics, yeah.
28. As this rib flies towards you, Yervith, just acting on instinct, catches it before it hits him. Lowers the rib.
Oh, guys, I am so sorry. I thought that I would be helping by testing the circle, but I forgot that I did not have the correct symbol to get back down to the. Oh, thank you so much for coming. I was so scared.
A few seconds later, Lockie and Jim appear as well.
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
This is not my usual day today. I got a I am a priest. Come on, man. This is...
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
Game over. I
slap him.
How hard?
Not hard, just
okay.
enough to sort of try and just break. Come on, pull it together.
Look, I mean, I've had my religion shaken. I'm pretty sure that the death of everything is coming. I've gone the wrong direction.
All these things may be true, but we need to pull it together, man.
I lean over to Lockie and I say, "Don't tell him we left the zombies behind."
I won't mention it if you don't.
Okay.
I want to get out of here so badly.
I know.
Go back to the hourglass room and go find your friend. They've apparently escaped. They're very possible that they are
Oh, the man who they said is dead from poisoning is alive?
I mean, that remains to be seen. We're not quite sure.
Yes.
It is
very
my
possible
duty.
that one of your friends.
It's my duty to get him regardless. I need to focus on the small things because the big things are on the verge of sending me insane. So let's.
Shivers, just quickly.
Hello.
You know your way around a golem, right? You put the clay on and they move around. You know your way around a golem.
Yes.
We have it under good authority. But there's some sort of flaming suit of armor in the basement. Do you know what that would be about? Anything you might know
flame
about
as well.
From experience, flame and clay, very different things.
No, I know, but
it's a conjured magical creature cased in armor, bellowing flame.
It's a conjured magical creature. Yours is a previously living conjured being.
I wish to be less of a fucking problem than I have been for the past hour. Can I roll for something to find out if
so I see him
a flaming creature would cause disembowelment or any of the issues that were
we know Jorgen
Could you roll me an Arcana check, please?
Wait, did Jorgen kill him?
Jorgen killed those people, I think, or someone
Iskander.
Iskander.
Jorgen's the leader of the cult who you captured, one of the leaders of the cult who you captured. Iskander is the lieutenant who has betrayed the cult and sent, 20. Yes. Shivers. You have heard of creatures, elementals, conjured and bound to suits of armor, called Mirmadons. Dangerous foes. Creatures that are locked into these suits of armor shaped by a wizard. Literally the power of the elements bound into a physical form. They can be very dangerous foes. And there are 4 different types matching the 4 elements.
So Bellowing Flame would obviously be like a flame one of them then.
Yes, what you say does actually ring a bell for me. That is troubling.
Are you still freaking out, by the way?
Fleming? I mean, yes, but I'm trying to suppress that very much because of
so
the current situation.
While we're still talking, I probably would get because you said bell. I'll take a bell out of the bag of holding, put it on a fishing rod, and start sort of using it like you would play with like a cat with like one of those like toys.
For podcast listeners, Raph is bashing at it like a cat.
You get no more information out of him. It's like midway through a sentence and he's gone.
Yes, and they can be bound to. Come in,
Jared, as the Skyrim player, it's like this person is busy. You can no longer talk to him.
Let's calm him down a little bit more. Then we're in a better state of mind. We'll be able to chat with him better.
I mean, I think
come over here.
The focus was calming him, but this is amusing, I guess.
We do that for like a minute or two probably, and then I sort of stop.
So
and
for my records, it's now been
this is like calm down a little bit, so you can.
12 minutes.
We really need to be making a move back to the dungeon. If Iskander's alive, he's got some things to do.
I am so sorry. I thought that I was helping by testing out the circle. It
works. We're good.
It works. It works too well. It works so well. We should go back there right now.
Shivers, you're doing so good.
I'm doing so good. I am
so
a good acolyte.
Look at that.
You're doing better than I did.
You feel so much better now, don't you? You feel so much better.
You should see Yervith when he first picked him up. He was a mess.
I am genuinely struggling to breathe. Let's go.
I mean, all my friends and companions died horribly in the jungles, but that's a different story for another day.
I did not.
Let's move on.
Yes,
let's move on.
Teleport. And also, Raph, if things do hit the fan, my friend, you just stand behind me. I've got a big shield.
I'm all for not dying.
And I have a big bow.
I love the fact that I come back if I die, because that is my religion, is coming back. But if I don't come back because of the thing that I have seen...
Shivers.
Okay.
You come back.
Let's go.
And
as
you
Lockie's leading
press
towards the circle, he goes, if anything happens to your body, I promise you, personally promise, I vow I will get your body back to your people.
Okay. That is all I could ask for, to be honest. I am having a horrible crisis, but this is good. Let's go.
Your soul in a jar.
like a lich. And you press the hourglass symbol.
Making sure that we have everybody on the teleportation circle before we push it.
Fantastic. As the circle activates, and once again you feel that push, that sudden wrenching as you are separated from time and space, you emerge in the basement once again. But to a sight you were not expecting.
Oh no.
As you appear in the basement, you see a tall figure made of flames themselves, wrapped in dark, skeletal-looking armor, pulling its blade free from the corpse of Tibbles.
No! The zombies are dead!
And you watch as the corpse falls to the ground, the animation separated. Standing at its feet, fallen at its feet, you see the other zombies cut to pieces, large burn marks streaked across their bodies. As the Mirmadon turns to face you, eyes glowing with dark flame, body made from flickering light, a voice speaks out from inside the armor, echoing slightly in the chamber. Intruders to Xonthal's tower must be eliminated. Prepare yourselves for death. And I'm throwing you straight back into initiative. We will use the same initiative rolls as before, because we didn't use them last time. And I will roll for the Mirmadons. So,
Shivers has got his cranky on now.
You're having a horrible day, Shivers.
I just wanted to have.
your existential crisis. You got lost in a tower and couldn't come back, and now all your zombies are dead. Oh my
Not
god!
only are my zombies dead, but I was guarding those because that is part of my goddamn.
I know.
I'm
And then you're like,
really,
well, it doesn't fucking matter now.
really sorry. If it's any consolation, I'm really, really sorry.
No, you're not.
I am though. I am a little bit. Not enough to have not done it, but Lockie, you are up first. Your fast processing kicking into gear as your brain begins spooling up, activating this sort of like battle combat mode.
That's a
what
lot
would
of
you like to do?
Myrmidons.
Yeah, that's a good point.
4.
Did the zombies do anything against this thing?
No, because they would have just sat there like walking
No,
into
no.
each
It looks like the zombies tried to fight back. So the zombies will do nothing unless
okay.
they are attacked. It looks like the zombies tried to fight back. You can see on part of the armor there's like a claw mark where the zombie tried to like claw its way past the armor, but you don't know how much damage this thing has taken, or even how to tell if this thing has taken damage or not.
It's kind of cute that they tried to fight.
Yeah.
It's really
Cute, it's depressing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
No. Oh well, look. Conscious of his words to Shivers, Lockie will up his shield and use an action to cast with his Legacy of Giants enlarge on himself, and his bonus action for Health Shield, and then he'll step forward to face up with the Myrmidon.
Okay. Just so that you're aware, Lockie, the ceiling here is only about 2 to 3 meters tall. So as you activate this effect, you are like at the limit of what the room can hold as you activate Legacy of the Giants, as your body suddenly begins growing and taking on this much larger shape. I will increase your token size to match. Nope, that is one of the dead zombies. I want Lockie. There you go. There you go, buddy. As Lockie grows in size, you watch as his body begins shifting gears, locking into place as suddenly Lockie rises up, activating this central core and growing to this giant size. Lockie, please roll me to attack.
I don't attack. That was an option to go.
Action Legacy of the Giants. So you're just kind of like blocking to protect your friends.
Yeah, I'm impeding movement.
Okay, nice. Next up, the Water Miramadon.
No, fuck.
Water?
Moving through the tunnel, this flow of water, almost like a wave crashing down, suddenly emerges, armor taking on this form and sucking in as this water begins forming into this humanoid shape, the armor coalescing to form this large form. As it pulls its trident free from the wave and the water pulls up into its form, it stabs forward towards Lockie. Lockie, it's going to make 2 trident attacks with you. I need to know if these hit. Does a 11 hit? No. What about a 23?
Yes.
Okay, you take...
Oh, hold on.
Yes?
I'm going to just do it. I'm going to cutting words that.
Okay. How much do you take off? You roll a d6, I believe.
Let me have a quick look at my...
Or is it a d8 now?
Bardic
Might be a d8
is
now.
a d8.
Roll me a d8, please.
4 gets taken off. That's a 19.
19, Lockie, does that hit? Okay, what do you say, Jin, to cutting words this?
Oh, I don't have cutting words.
Oh, you don't have
I
it?
know, I have to think of
Oh,
one.
as in you don't have any
I
prepared.
have an idea for you that you could say.
Go on. Yeah, by all means.
You could say that you're employed by the wizard, that you're meant to be here.
Excuse me, this is very rude. We're here on Xonthal's authority to inspect this dungeon for hazard. You are a hazard.
The Water Miramadon voice echoing through the helmet. Command not recognized. Threat detected. Eliminating threat.
I figured these aren't as... You can't...
That you it's only got... Oh no, sorry, it's got 3 trident attacks. You cutting words one of the attacks, so it's still going to go for a 3rd attack.
Oh no.
Lockie, 25, Lockie. I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay.
25 hits.
Oh, that's
Get a 1 and 3.
Better, yeah, exactly.
You take 5 force damage and 10 cold damage as the water spears into you and freezes, cutting through into your armor and crushing parts of your very delicate internal machinery.
It's not too bad.
It's
not too
not bad because just above him is sort of a glimmering shimmer of of magnetic energy, which pushes back against some of that. So it doesn't take as much as
Awesome.
If you get like really into bad shape, I do have a 5th level cure wounds I can do with the harp.
Oh wow!
So that's just something in the back pocket.
Yervith, you are up next.
Yervith is going to do what Yervith does best, and is going to shoot a whole bunch of arrows at probably the water one. Yeah, with the lightning, water. Yeah, he's going to shoot at the water one.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to take off the nameplates just because they're getting in the way of the very small.
Yeah, it's all good.
24 definitely hits Yervith.
Ooh, yeah, baby. That's 11 points of piercing and 10 sneak attack damage.
Very nice.
With a bit of a lightning on there, for good measure.
A little bit of lightning, you say?
A little bit of lightning.
Okay, good to know.
Is that okay?
You don't know. You don't know if that's okay or not. As your arrow strikes through, finding a gap in the armor and pierces through, a splash of water appears on the wall behind. If you wanted to make another attack, please go for it.
I definitely will. That's a 27.
27's going to hit.
For a 7. And also a 1.
Awesome. 8 total damage. I'll mark that off.
And I'm a big dum-dum, and didn't cast Hunter's Mark, so I will also do that.
Okay, Hunter's Mark. I will put the Hunter's Mark on.
Should have done that first, but that's okay.
Let's use this symbol as the Hunter's Mark. Anything else on your turn, Yervith?
He's just gonna run on back into this corner here. Oh. Okay. I thought that was a wall.
No, it is. I can fix this. Give me a second.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
Here you go. No, you're good. I'll just do this.
You know what I mean?
You should be good to go now. You can go back in the corner. It should be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Alrighty. Next up is the Air Mirmadon. Suddenly, you feel this gust of cold air as a chill assaults your senses. Blowing in from behind the corridor. Oops, I'm still on draw. Blowing in from behind the corridor. This sudden whirlwind spins in, flail swinging around its head as it pushes through the room, moves through the air, through the water and fire Myrmidons straight for the center of the group. Mira and Jin and Eleanor, it's going to do one attack against each of you, just pushing straight through Lockie, ignoring all of you. We'll do Mira, then Eleanor, then Jin. Mira, does a 15 hit?
No.
17 for Eleanor.
Misses.
And 17 for Jin.
Oh, that just misses.
Just misses. Nice. 18. As this flail begins spinning around and it aims for you, the flames from the fire Myrmadon seem to put off, the heat causing the air one to rise slightly in the air as it misses. The air one speaks out in a voice. Again, echoing through this armor. Threat detected. Backup required. And that's what it says. Shivers, you are up next.
So, my dead zombie friends, what is the cause of death? Do they look crispy fried? Do they look like they've drowned? What?
One of them's been cut into pieces and burned. One of them's just been burned. And one of the other ones, you're not sure. It's sort of motionless on the ground underneath Lockie's feet. You're not sure what's wrong with it. Tibbles has a dirty great sword cut through her, but as you reach out with your necromantic energy, Shivers, trying to contact them, suddenly Tibbles jerks ever so slightly, muscles still spasming.
I'm so sorry, Tibbles.
Tibbles, you will be okay, I swear.
No, but when I say, I mean, like, there's still some life left in the zombie. It did not reduce it below 1 hit point. Now, how the zombies have that undead fortitude?
I think it's going to be dead next turn.
No, shut up.
I'm doing a big AoE thing.
Oh no.
Oh.
Tibbles. Shivers kind of hops out in front of everyone and says, "My name is the coldest dark before the dawn, and you will not touch my wards." And casts Blight at level 5 on whoever's closest.
To you or to Tibbles?
To me.
One? Oh, baby.
To you, the closest one to you would probably be the Air Mirmadon. Alrighty.
Okay.
Now, I believe I make a Constitution saving throw for Blight.
Let me double check on that.
Pretty confident.
Yes, con save of 15.
14.
Okay, so you take 34 damage.
Necrotic damage.
You watch as you just reach out, flame and fury burning in your eyes, this cold fury, as you reach out and pull the life essence out of this Air Mirmadon. You watch as the mist and storms sort of inside it, the moisture is just torn from its chest, and you watch as it stumbles, as you rip 34 damage right from inside of it. The beautifully carved armor actually starts corroding and rusting at the force of this necrotic wave. All of you in the room, this wash of power from Shivers, this cold, dark energy gives you chills deep to your core.
Yeah, I should say when Shivers yells the...
Oh no! Oh no! Wrath!
Oh no!
Oh
He's
no!
gone.
It's alright, he'll be back, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Oh.
Oh, buddy. That's such a shame, because that was going to be a very dramatic, reveal, I suspect. That's alright, I'll, Oh no. He's completely gone. It's alright, he'll be back. I'm sure he'll rejoin. Oh, that's so funny. We'll tell you what, while that's happening, Jin, you're actually up next. Do you want to figure out what you're doing for your turn?
Yes. I do have an idea.
Okay.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Bardic Inspiration Lockie with a bonus action, and then I'm going to use the harp to cast Wall of Thorns.
Oh, nice one. Oh, yeah, nice one. Nice one.
It's gonna hit you though, Lockie, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that I'll move back. Then it allows you to move back, which then you'll be out of the thorns. But then we'll be taking all these spaces here, which means they can't actually really move out of the thorns.
Actually, just before we do that, this actually works out really well, because Raf's just messaged me. His next attack was to get the zombie. He's going to get the zombie to do an attack, which I will do really, really quickly. I'll do that now. That is a 12. That's not enough to hit. And then Tibbles is going to move back to try and join up with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Just get control.
That'd be really good, actually.
Tibbles is back, having not actually taken a lethal hit.
Well, if I step back, they step forward. Just keep that in mind.
Yes, okay.
If you step back one, if you move back one, they're still always going to be in the Wall of Thorns, because it takes up 10 feet of range. So you'll be out, but they'll stay in it, taking damage consistently.
Just going to move you guys.
Yeah.
It'll hit all three of them,
So
and
it's
then
actually
block whatever, if there's another one at the back, because there is a Earth Miramadon as well. And they'll completely take up the corridor, so...
I should say, you don't know that there's an Earth Miramadon.
I know that, but I would still drop it on all three and then have it jut, because it's like 60 feet I can go up to, so it would just jut into the next hallway.
Awesome. All right, I'll put the thorns in. So how big is the width of the thorns, by the way?
All right, so... Well, first things first, Bardic Inspiration to Lockie, because he will have to do a dexterity saving throw, but then that can hopefully get him over the line to pass it. Now, let me just... Inventory... Wall thorns... Alright, that's how it works.
60 feet long.
Holy
Yeah.
So it can be up to 60 feet long.
How long would you
10
like
feet high and 5... basically, it's going to stretch from here, basically...
Like
so
that?
not targeting any of us. It's going to hit Lockie, though, unfortunately. And
Okay.
then going in like that.
Oh, going in like that. Okay, cool. I can definitely do that.
So it's going to go. It's going to jut into the hallway, as far as it can go, really, before it gets stopped by a wall, and it takes up. It's 10 feet high, and 5
feet.
So it's actually 5. Actually, I can probably dodge Lockie completely if I go from here.
Yeah, if you go from just up a little bit, it won't hit Lockie.
Actually, if I go like that.
Yeah.
Is that hitting Lockie?
Yeah, actually, to get it down the corridor, you can't not hit Lockie in his giant form.
Oh, but if I put it from... Hold on. From this square here, the particular one, I can go like here and potentially miss.
Yeah, if you go like that, yeah, I'd say that's probably... Oh, but it's on the... We'll get Lockie to do a dex save. I'll give him a bit of extra help. He can have a little plus to it. All right, so I believe it is a dex saving throw when it appears. So yes, so that will be the fire elemental, the air elemental, and the water elemental Miramadon. Alrighty, so I'll roll dex saves for all of them. Lockie, could you give me a dex save? You're going to get a +2 to this.
Good.
And you also have bardic inspiration,
which is D8.
Yep.
Oh my god, I rolled so badly. 6, 5, and 4. Unbelievable. Literally going down.
They all will take 7d6.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Lockie, you pass. You pass. You're going to only take half.
I just rolled a dirty 20 and then I rolled an 8 on the thing for 28.
That's awesome. Yeah, 28. Take half damage, baby.
They take... I don't know really how that works.
Oh, so the way it works is on the first one they take the piercing damage, and then when they try and move through it is when they take the slashing damage.
Well, they take 33 piercing damage.
33 piercing damage. I will mark that off. Wow, that is
so
brutal.
I'd take half of that.
Each.
Now the question is... Tough, pliable, tangled thorns. Okay, so as they appear, they take the damage, and then these thorns immediately catch fire because a fire Mirmadon is in the middle of them. So this is going to do some stuff as well. Let me just do the 33 and the 33.
I love fighting in enclosed places with fire. And
so it is tough, pliable, tangled brush.
Yes. So it doesn't just go...
Yeah, exactly.
But it
just
starts
means
catching
it's on fire now as well.
Yes, exactly. Amazing. Anything else
because
in your turn, Jin?
It also lasts for the whole 10 minutes as well.
Exactly.
So because it's magical in nature still, so yeah, cool.
So anything else in your turn, Jin?
No, I think I'm gonna hug the wall. Hold on. Like where Yervith is, I'm just gonna hug the wall there. So just do whatever you have to do for Yervith. I'm basically trying to stay back as much as I can to keep up the concentration.
Yeah.
But what I will do is actually. Because I do want Lockie to move back. So I've used my action and bonus action. I might gesture to like Shana or Mira, or even if I can do it myself and just try and pull the zombie back. So it gets out of that space so Lockie can move back. If I can't do it,
I'd say that you can sort of like push the zombie sort of around Shivers, and Shivers can do that too. The Air Mirmadon will get an attack of opportunity, which it will take.
Boo.
Oh, sorry. Welcome back, Ralph. Oh no, that's only an 8. Does that hit the... No, 8 is its armor class.
No, that would actually...
Oh no, so it does hit. 8 meets it, beats it.
Well, hold on. What's its armor class?
8.
It's 8.
How much do we... Okay, Raph, how much do you love this zombie? I can't
A
cutting
lot.
words it. I got my reaction back.
It's Tibbles, man. Come on.
Okay, I'll cutting words it.
Go.
It's a 5 now.
It's a 5. It misses as Tibbles is pulled back out of the way.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty. Anything else in your turn, Jin, or are you done?
There you go. That's literally, I think, my bonus action, main action, an interaction. Yep.
Fire Miramadon is going to push through the thorns so that it does not take the damage from ending its turn inside the damage. It's going to push itself through 5, 10, and push itself past the thorns through into Lockie's space. It is going to make an attack against the people it sees as the biggest threats. It's going to do 2 attacks. It can move through them.
Push through us.
It's only if it ends its turn. Well, it hasn't pushed through you. It's moved up with you guys. It's sort of moved through Lockie's space. Because it doesn't exactly feel like... Lockie's not like a huge circle.
Right, I get it.
Like
So it's sort of going in, but then it sort of has to end its space somewhere where we don't occupy.
Exactly, yeah. So it's sort of like pushing through, but it can't be on the same space as you. It's not like a proper fire elemental because it has the metal armor. It still takes up its own space. It's going to make 2 attacks against Lockie, and it's going to make 1 attack against... I'm going to roll for this one. Actually, I'm going to get Raph to roll, so I can't get in trouble. Raph, could you roll me a D6, please?
A D6, did you say?
D6, please.
I have no reaction, so...
And if you get a 5 or a 6, it's attacking Tibbles, just so you know.
Oh,
It's a 4.
That's you instead. Take that information how you will.
So happy for that.
So, the first 2 attacks, 22 against Lockie.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Okay, that's going to do 7 force damagios and 7 fire damagios. 12 against Lockie misses. 24 against Shivers, I'm guessing, hits.
Oh, well and truly, yeah.
And 8 fire damage. 10 force damage, 8 fire damage for a total of 18 damage.
18.
Oh boy. But Tibbles is not
Even
taking this attack.
Even the Twitch chat's like, please protect
Tibbles. Hey, this is out of my hands. The monsters are doing what the monsters do. I've got no control over this. As the Fire Mirmadon pushes through and begins cutting away these blasts of flame from its large scimitars cutting through, the voice speaks out again. Depart this place. You are not welcome here. Trespassers will be killed. Next up is Shana.
So can it end its turn there?
It can end its turn there, because it's sort of Lockie and it aren't a massive sphere that is 10 feet wide. They're individuals. It's just that the best we can do with the tokens is have them take up a close enough space to... Yeah. Shana, it is your turn.
So, first question is, if the creatures are pushed back into the Wall of Thorns, does that count as more they're just moving through it, or is it like...
So, it says,
they end
furthermore,
their
the
turn,
first time a creature enters the wall on a turn or ends its turn there.
Must make a dex saving throw. So yes, if it's pushed into the thorns, they have to make that dex save.
So, Shana's going to strategically aim. So, sort of, I'm going to quicken an extra set of Eldritch Blasts so that I get 6 blasts.
Yep.
And after the first 3 are up, she's going to try and reposition to get, like, as many of them, like, you know, into the direction of the wall as possible.
Only one who's not in the wall right now is the Fire Mirmadon.
So, in that case, she might have to move to about here to sort of be able to aim at them.
Yep.
And, yep, so 2 sets of Eldritch Blasts coming, starting with the fire dude, and depending on how that goes, might retarget.
Tibbles is the most loyal friend, best reanimated water hag you've ever met. Amazing. 16 is not enough to hit. 10 is not enough to hit.
What am I rolling today?
13 is not enough to hit.
Alright, second set of 3.
Come on, 10 is not enough to hit.
Okay, I'm regretting... Oh, what the fuck?
Natural 1 is not enough to hit. I'm just gonna sink into my chair.
Oh, what the? Okay.
Wow.
11. Okay. We have a system. For those of you who aren't fully familiar with how we run D&D here, we do have a system based on the really cool High Rollers system called the Have Fun coin. When there are situations where you are rolling really bad and the dice gods are not your friend and it's just not fun, I can, at my discretion, allow a player to have an inspiration or a chance to re-roll a dice roll. Shana, I give you a re-roll of 1 of your Eldritch Blasts. You have a fun coin. Spend it. 15.
It was almost
7.
a 1.
You didn't roll anything above a 10.
15.
It was 8 and
7 rolls. 7 rolls.
15 is not
7
enough.
rolls.
I'm going to give you, not to be used now, but you have for the next turn, an inspiration. As your blasts go wide, your shadow opens its eyes, these eyes opening up into the shadow, and you watch as this voice speaks out from your shadow, Shana. Only you can hear. Dearie me, Shana. You're really off your game today, aren't you? Let me give you a hand, my dear. And you feel this rush of energy as Varys gives you his favor. You have an inspiration that you can spend on a dice roll. Not right away, but when you want to in in the next.
I wouldn't want help from anything that sounds like that.
Why not, Shivers?
That's why
I'm
you're not a
your
warlock.
god too.
Nope.
Yes, I am. No, so Shana, yeah, you do feel that you have Varys's favor for the next turn. Anything else in your turn, or just like cry in the corner?
Yeah, she's gonna take a step backwards.
There's nowhere else you can really step backwards into, but I respect the move to be backed up against the wall. As Shana presses herself against the wall and looks down, your shadow goes, "Really, Shana, you can't run away from this. Try and aim a bit better next time, and you'll get the results you want." Mira. Mira.
Alright, I'm gonna try something that may not work.
No Langdodrosa to come and Deus Ex Langdodrosa you out of this situation.
Deus Ex Langdodrosa.
Deus Ex Langdodrosa.
Okay. I would like to turn to this giant fire elemental and say, I don't think that your security services are needed here. I suggest you make your way as quickly as possible to Oxenford, both of you. I'm going to twin spell suggestion.
I suggest you make your way to Oxenford.
Oxenford as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Shit.
A wisdom saving throw? Yes.
Oh no!
And you're doing it against the fire and the air, correct?
Yeah.
There's 4 people in Oxenford.
Well, this is where it gets interesting. Oh shit, okay. So, one of them rolls a 14, the air elemental. The fire, natural 20. Which plus 0, so it's just a 20.
Yeah, so one of them fails.
Okay, so here's where it gets spicy. They wouldn't know what Oxenfurt is, the city having not existed when that direction is given. However, the suggestion says to go to Oxenfurt as quickly as possible. The implicit is if you don't know where that location is, you should find out where that location is. It's implied as part of the suggestion. How nice of a DM am I feeling? Could you roll me a D100 to see how nice I'm feeling?
Are they literally going to go do research right now? But they're off.
Go to the library. That's fine.
Go to the library and be like,
It's Xonthal Cellar. It's
They
gotta
pull
have
out
books.
some little specs, put the half moon spectacles on, pull out like a map of the world, pull
28.
out their atlas.
So yeah, it's pretty low.
28. Okay. The air elemental can't get out of here. Yes, it can. Okay. You watch. Given a direct instruction. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Here's what happens.
I will say one thing. It's going to move really slowly through the
It loses 4 feet of movement every time it moves through, but it's only going to move through because it's 4 foot for every
1 foot. So for every 1 foot a creature moves to the ball, it must spend
5.
4 feet of movement.
Yeah, so it'll okay. So as it moves out, that'll cost it 10 feet to get out, and now it's out of the wall of spikes. 'Cause it's only 5 foot. The spikes.
Oh, it's going that way.
So yeah, it's gonna. So here's what happens: the air elemental not being able to leave this dungeon because of the instructions of the wizard, but being given a suggestion. You watch as the air begins coalescing around it. Error. Location not registered to database base. And the head, the helmet sort of like clicks and turns, and then it focuses back, the flail dropping from its hands. Return to origin. And you watch as the air dissipates and the armor clatters to the floor as the air disappears.
You done goofed them.
Broke it.
Mira, we're going to have a little chat in a private chat at the end of this that is going to play in at some point in the future about what happens as a result of that.
That is awesome, though.
But you watch as the air elemental dissipates, the armor clattering to the floor, and the sigils inside the armor. Now that the air elemental is gone, you can see inside the armor all of these arcane sigils begin burning with this light, and the armor disintegrates, turning to dust as it dissipates and collapses to a pile of dust on the floor. A small gust of wind pushes at the dust, and it starts spreading out across the floor in front of you. I'm going to remove the Air Mirmadon from the initiative.
Woo!
Okay.
So can you do that just like more times? And we good.
I have a few spell slots, but
The fire elemental, as you do this suggestion. Your paltry magics will have no effect here. Xonthal the Great commands your death.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing though, because the whole secret chat is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Anything
fine.
else? Anything else in your turn, Mira?
spicy.
It's fine.
I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Excellent.
But also this wall of thorns. So I am in a bad spot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. Can I see down the corridor? Can I see anything down there?
No, just thorns.
Just thorns as far as you can see for the moment.
All right. I don't know what to do. I can't see. Action. No, I can't actually. I'm just going to back up. Back up. There you go. That's it.
Alrighty. Next up in the initiative order is the Earth Miramadon. The wall next to you explodes outwards as it takes on this rock form, pushing itself out of the stone and slamming into Eleanor and throwing her backwards. This creature made from the rubble of the stone wall and leaves behind a perfect impression of itself bursts out and makes 3 attacks. Actually, no, sorry. As it bursts out of the wall, I need everyone within range. So that is Eleanor, Jin, and Mira to make me dexterity saving throws, please, as it pushes itself out of the wall. Eleanor is definitely going to get thrown back no matter what happens in this dexterity saving throw. I just need to know how bad it is.
Oh, not 20.
24 for Eleanor. Eleanor's completely fine. I'm going to take half damage. Jin, that's 11. That's not enough. Mira, nat 20. 22. Okay, so that's going to be half damage. So that's only going to be...
I never roll well on...
No, dexterity saving throws. I've noticed that, actually.
I suck at it. It's really bad. I've failed every single one of them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
You just need to be Yervith.
Just need to be Yervith.
Plus 6.
So that is going to be 17 bludgeoning damage for Jin, halved to 8 bludgeoning damage for Mira and Eleanor, as this earth elemental pushes itself out of the rock. As it does so, again, this voice speaks from inside the helmet. You can see, again, the armor twisted around, rocks interlocking into the plates of armor, and then this echoey voice speaks out. Unit compromised.
Oh.
Ooh.
As it attacks. That's its turn. Lockie, you're up next.
Alrighty. Just above the game for just a sec. If I cast Verify, would that affect my friends? Because I've had this in games.
Yeah, so Fairy Fire does unless you've got the Careful spell, I think it's called. The Careful spell. People liked my robot. The
That was very good.
I do. Thank you. I do. I have to say, I do a very good robot malfunction.
Because you are a robot.
Because I am a robot. I'm actually Owen Tron.
Alrighty, well,
I am human like you. You.
You don't want to be human like me because I yes.
You.
Okay, back to what I was doing. What I might do instead then is I will... Actually, can I get both of them? In a 10-foot... I'll also get my...
That's the sound as Lockie's gears, like, thinking go at each other. Begin, like, grinding against each other. You know who grinds my gears, Lockie?
Alright, he will try once again with that small sort of 10-foot sphere of time and try and break it again, but he's going to try and get it here-ish, unless that affects himself.
So you're trying to get the fire and water Miramadon, but not yourself.
I'm trying to get the fire and water elemental.
But not yourself.
But not myself, that's not going to happen.
As you cast Shatter?
Shatter, yes.
I'm pretty confident you are going to get yourself.
You're going to get... Yeah.
Let's have a quick look.
I'm going to change my mind again. Sorry.
Definitely, and that's going to hit actually everybody. Just a heads up.
Yeah. All right. Instead, he'll use his time turner again for vortex warp on the fire elemental.
So that means you pull yourself, you swap positions with it, right?
No. It's the one where I spin it, and if he fails his save, then he gets shunted by whatever means, and I'm going to use like a gravity ping pong effect, ding 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 ding, to teleport him to a spot I can see as long as he's on something he can stand
Awesome.
on.
All right, and it's a wisdom save.
A con save,
Con
I
save.
believe. Let me just find the spell for you. Sorry, it's not
Just
actually.
put the picture of the fire
Con
Mirmadon.
save, it's a con save.
Yeah, it's a con save. Yeah, which
save.
but my con saves are 18, so 18 con save.
Okay, I can do that. Just move this across so you can see the fire Mirmadon. There you go. There's a nice picture of it. I'll do a con save.
Yeah.
That is a 19. I'm guessing that's a bonus. Sorry, guys.
Just-
These guys are pretty beefy with Constitution.
Yeah, I think it's much better. Right. Not much more I can do then, fortunately, because I have no more of my temporary hit points. So I'm going to. I can't move out of the thorns anymore because he's there. No, that's what I'm talking. I'm just gonna stay where I am, I guess.
Okay, in that case, then I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid taking Jin's piercing damage.
Is there anywhere that I could move?
Oh no, not really. Not now that the Earth Miramadon is here. I mean, this area is tight.
Right. Dex save it is.
Dex save.
3.
That is going to be 27 slashing damage from Jin's earlier. That's a lot of damage. Oh, lucky. The Water Miramadon. The Water Miramadon collapses into water. It's going to still move through this, but it's going to lose it. So that takes every foot. So it's going to move 5 feet. So that takes it 10 feet. Because every 1 foot uses 4. So in that case, then if it's moving 5 feet, it's using 25 movement, correct? If my math is correct.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know how fast it is.
That does make sense. Well, it's got you don't know how fast it is, but yeah, if it moves 5 feet in game, that's going to use 25 feet of its movement, because if every 1 foot equals 4 extra feet movement, so it can only move this far, can't move any further than that. It's now going to, I can only attack Lockie and Eleanor, so it's going to have to, because you're the only two within range. So I'm guessing a 25 hits Lockie.
Yeah.
A natural 1 does not hit Lockie though, and a 24 does hit Eleanor, I'm assuming.
No, it does.
On the hit, however, I will spend a charge on my shield to yeet him back 15 feet.
Okay, nice. So he will smash into the wall and take some damage.
I will also bardic. I'm going to do a cutting words on him to see if he actually doesn't hit. Is that better, Lockie, if I do that? So you don't take the damage at all?
Oh. Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Unless I got to back up.
Okay, so I'll wait till that goes through before I say. So that takes
So
it
now
down
goes
to
to
19.
19, that doesn't hit.
Okay, so then you can't eat him back because it's not a hit.
That's fine, but you
That's
don't
okay.
take the damage.
So just Eleanor's taking the damage. Eleanor takes 9 force damage and 2 cold damage. Sorry.
She's still in this, baby.
Nice. Very nice. That is the Water Miramadon's go. It now takes it does a dex save now. Otherwise, it takes some slashing damage. That's an 18 dex save. I'm guessing that passes.
Let me check it. Yeah, that pass.
So it'll take
It takes
half
half.
damage. So 23 halved to 27 halved to 12. No, sorry, 13. 13 damage.
Yep.
I will mark that off. Next up in the initiative order is Yervith. Your good girls out there getting slaughtered, mate.
I know. Yeah, she's not in a really good spot. She's literally in the middle
Of all 3 of the remaining
of all 3 of
Myrmidons.
them. Yeah, I'm really not enjoying this location that Yervith is in, but he doesn't really have a choice. Yeah, he's just going to continue firing at the Water Miramadon, trusting that his companions can deal with the others. He's just going to just keep shooting this.
as you're aiming for the Water Miramadon, I just want to point out that your position there, you're firing, sort of trying to get past both the Fire Miramadon, Lockie in giant form, and then hitting the Water Miramadon. You can still do it, but it's going to be slightly harder to hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm giving it a partial cover, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, he just really can't position himself because it's pretty tight.
I know, and that's why part of me is like, I'm very, very worried for you guys being in these cramped quarters because there's an effect that can occur with some of them working together.
So
there
is no way out, basically.
At this point, with the thorns trapped in, unless you use the teleporter.
I'm not gonna do that. Cool. Yeah, Yervith is. He's going to try to pull off the impossible shot. He's going to use his bonus action to do a steady aim. So he's just going to basically take a knee and just wait for an opening.
Wait for the opening. Yes, amazing.
Yep. And yeah, he's gonna give himself advantage on this roll, which with Elven accuracy he'll get 3 rolls to see if he can hit.
Let's see
if he does it.
I think that better luck.
21. That's already a hit. So 21. It's going to be 3 21s, I betcha. 19.
Nice.
Roll me DiMaggio's. 21 is enough to hit.
Cool.
8 piercing damage.
8 sneak attack. He's going to use...
Because you've got an ally in range.
Lightning damage. And he's going to do this while he can. Eleanor is going to use her reaction to do some infused strike damage as well.
Yes. Because she just has to be within range of the enemy, correct?
When another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits with a weapon attack. Yep.
Weapon attack. Does that count as a range? Because you're doing a ranged attack. Oh, that's a good question.
It's a weapon.
It is a weapon. I'm going to allow it.
It would be for haste.
I'm allowing it. 6 damage.
A bow is a weapon, right?
Eleanor, yeah, I agree. I was just trying to think it through. I'm like, I don't want to get yelled.
Because if it was a melee, it'd be different.
it's a melee.
Yeah.
What color is Eleanor currently?
Eleanor is still green, Drake.
So poison damage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Sick.
You watch as Eleanor bites in and infuses this poisonous bite into the Miramadon. You watch as the poison gets pulled up into the water and just seems to circulate with the rest of the water.
Yeah. Look, not really much I can do there.
No, I know.
Yeah, let me just see. What else do I get? Class feature.
While you're doing that, Shivers, do you know what you're doing?
I hope so.
Have it, because it's your turn up next. So have a think. Be ready.
I have a think and have been ready.
Nice.
Yeah. The other attack will just be a normal attack, so I'll just see if I can hit with it. Really.
Yep.
That's
18 18's enough. 18 hits.
Beautiful. That's going to be 11. Oh, I need to do Hunter's Mark damage too.
Hunter's Mark damage, yes. This one is Hunter's Marked. So you get to do 2 lots of Hunter's Mark damage. 1 and 5 for a total of 6. Oh, yeah.
Yep, and then I'll do the D4 for the lightning on the second attack.
For DiMaggio's. Excellent.
But now my speed is 0. I cannot move anywhere.
That's okay. Something happens as you take the Water Miramadon almost to death. As you blast out these arrows flying through and cutting into the armor, this sudden burst of water fires out as the Miramadon begins breaking, the armor shattering and water flowing out. This is not good because the fire elemental is right in front of it and it's about to take some water damage. Lockie, the fire elemental, Shivers, Tibbles, Shana, and Yervith.
No, Tibbles.
All of you in a line. All of you in a line, in the direct line from where the damage came from. I need you to make me Constitution saving throws as this burst of frigid water flies out and smashes into the back wall.
Oh, damn.
Can I use my inspiration?
Oh, no.
Constitution. Yes, you can use your inspiration, Shana. Good time to use it.
That's
wow. So,
Owen, can you please roll for Tibbles? I don't have her stats up.
Yes, I can absolutely roll for the zombie. Let me grab the zombie open.
This is fine.
It's going to be okay.
Please, Tibbles, please. Come on, 1 health point.
Oh, it's just everyone in...
It's just everyone in a straight line in front. So Eleanor's fine. Just roll con save again, Shana, and then just tick off inspiration. So just click
Hey!
20. That's much better. Okay, so here's the rolls: 10 for Lockie, 20 for Shana, 3 for Shivers, 10 for Yervith, 9 for the Fire Mirmadon. For Tibbles, 8 fucking teen.
Oh, nice.
Best con I've rolled on. Although zombies are good at con.
That is fair. That's true.
Okay, so here's the damage that is blasted forwards. The Fire Mirmadon is going to take double this because it is a cold water effect. It is frigid water. The total damage you're going to take, oh fucking hell, 32 points of damage.
What?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Is that what he took?
No, that's he doubles that to 64.
Whoa.
So everyone who failed that takes 32 points of damage. He takes 64 points of damage. He's still up, but just.
Wow.
Tibbles takes that halved to 16. So now Tibbles needs to make a con save where the DC is 21.
It knocked him down.
Let's see if Tibbles... Yeah, because Tibbles is now to 0. So if the damage reduces a zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a con save with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, so 16.
Come on,
Oh my
Tibbles.
god. Oh my
Come
god. Natural
18.
fucking 20. You just watch as Tibbles just takes this damage, like the corpse again, like already cuts through it, fire burning across it as the ice water blasts through. You watch as Tibbles go, as bits of it are blasted off, and then the zombie sort of cracks forwards and goes still for a second, and for a moment Shivers, you think, oh no, this is it. She can't survive this. And then with this sudden click, the zombie pulls itself back up into position, turns towards you, gives this sort of like weird sort of like shivering nod, and then faces the danger once again.
Well, actually, on that note, I launch myself towards Tibbles to protect this vessel that requires salvation, and in the process, am knocked unconscious.
Oh, no.
Okay, so here's what happens first. So this is cold damage. Shivers, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. The DC is the damage that you just took, which was 32 points of damage. I don't think there's any way that you can pass this, so you are going to take an injury. Welcome to the injury table. Shivers, could you please roll me a D20, just a flat D20. And we're going to roll on my injury table.
You too can have a glass eye.
12 on the cold damage table. Hey, not too bad. This isn't too bad. Major cold burns. I mean, that sounds bad, but it's not as bad as it could have been. The cold damage across your skin has resulted in significant areas of skin burned away. You have disadvantage on charisma persuasion checks, but advantage on charisma intimidation checks. The injury will self-resolve after 1 week, or healing magic can be used to quickly heal the damaged areas. I'm going to send you this in chat. There you go. And that is
a cat
major.
with cold burns without hair, I tell you what, that would be nasty.
That would be
That would
nasty.
be pretty bad.
So I'm
yeah.
like stretched out on the floor, unconscious at Tibble's feet.
So you watch as Shivers just takes this damage, the cold stripping away this sort of skull and bones natural coloration of Shivers' skin. The way the cold burns across it, it almost takes on this demonic appearance. The skull now highlighted with these red, raw sections of skin burned away, almost making these like horn-like appearances on the skin. Bloody teeth, and as it moves down the neck, it almost looks like parts of the vertebra of this coloration, this skeletal coloration of Shivers, takes on this very raw, demonic look as Shivers just drops straight to the ground and is now on death saving throws. And rather appropriately, Shivers, it is your turn next. I need a death saving throw, please.
Hold up before we go.
Hold up.
The blast of water hit Lockie first.
Yes.
And like a pressure washer, scrambles him completely, and he also is down.
Oh shit! Okay, Lockie.
And you hear a little click, 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 and a soft voice saying, "Reboot process initiated."
Lockie, I'm going to do an injury check, and then something happens because this is the first time you've been knocked to 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. I have something I haven't shared with Michael. Some hidden feature which we're going to find out about right now.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Lockie, First off, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. The DC is the damage you just took, which again I think is 32. So I think that's going to be a rough one for you to meet. 13. Could you please roll me a D20 as you take a cold injury as well? Wow, we're getting good use out of the injury table tonight. Jesus.
Yeah, you do the injury table a bit differently to me, actually.
Well, this is up on the wiki. If anyone wants to check out the Lost Archives wiki, I've got a breakdown of how to use my injury table.
We have a similar.
Oh, sorry, no, go, Matt. Go, Matt.
Oh no, I was going to say I have a similar table, but I use it if a player character takes more than half damage on their hit feet.
Yeah. So mine's if you're dropped to 0, you take the injury.
That's cool. I like
Lockie,
that as well.
you have the same exact injury as Shivers. As the cold crackles across, the expansion of the water as it freezes solid cracks some very delicate components inside, rupturing some of the facial plates and some of the surface plates that give you your appearance, your interface, essentially. Now Lockie's face looks like it's in a permanent snarl. The eyes turn downwards and this dark black ice sort of pulled across his body, giving him this very strange, almost terrifying jack-o'-lantern appearance, almost like this broken, malfunctioning robot. However, as Lockie drops to 0 hit points, the legacy of the giants immediately dissipates, and Lockie is going to shrink down to his normal size. Something else happens. Lockie, I'm going to have to take control of your character for the next 2 turns.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my.
As Lockie drops and collapses on the ground, the core within his chest begins pulsing, first softly, and then with this increasingly rapid burst of light. And suddenly, almost like a strange marionette rising in uneven ways, Lockie's body jerks upright, head still lolling, before his normally blue crystalline eyes turn red. System threat detected. Eliminating with maximum prejudice. When we get to Lockie's turn, some things are going to happen.
Prejudice?
Battle of the automatons. This is great.
Shivers, could I have... death saving throw 3!
Yeah, man.
Raph. Okay, that is your turn. Jin.
Alright, so did that Water Miramadon die?
No, it's not dead yet, but it's looking really hurt. Let me put it that way.
And Lockie's not in the Wall of Thorns anymore.
No,
And then actually there's one more thing that happens. Lockie says a string of words in a language none of you speak.
Wow.
Okay.
I love it.
If I cast Healing Word on Lockie, what would actually happen?
You have no idea. You do not know. You've never seen this before.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one other thing I should add. Lockie's plates begin moving, twisting and cracking, moving away from this defensive into this splinters of jagged metal coming off him, almost like this attack form, as these metal shards move forward and take on these thorny, almost like devil-like appearance.
Oh, Lockie, that's so much better, man. Just stay like that.
Can I cast... sorry, not cast.
Yeah?
Can I do an insight check on Lockie to see if he's actually going to turn on us?
Yes, you can do an insight check. Of course you can.
It's a nat 1. He's going to go after
Let me. No.
Is
So you,
okay.
nat one. You have no idea.
Yep, no idea.
Whatever this isn't Lockie. This isn't Lockie.
I think I still would chuck a Healing Word on him just in case.
Okay. Yeah, do the healing word. Let's see how much health Lockie gets back.
These guys have been moving in our spaces. Can I actually move?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Because I'm trying to think. Should I do the?
So you can move through their spaces to where you need to go.
I'm just trying to think. Should I do the? I'm just trying to think if I do the 5th level Healing Word on him.
Yeah, right? Yeah, fuck Shivers.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck Shivers.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about Shivers.
Oh, they're both in dire straits, so
Fine.
maybe I will bring up Shivers because Lockie seems to be okay.
He's alive, I guess.
Yes.
Define alive.
I'm a guest. Fuck the guest.
I'll do a Healing Word for now on Shivers.
On Shivers, okay. Perfect. Roll the health. Shivers, you gain this health back. And you can reset your death saves. 8. Shivers, you're back up with 8 hit points. Shivers, what happens if you drop to 0 hit points while you've got zombies? Nothing. I think you have to die for that to end, because you... Let me have a quick look. It's...
I don't...
What is it again?
know.
You've got... It's not raised dead. It's...
No, it is raised. Hang on, let me double check.
Wouldn't it just be if you become unconscious, right?
Animate dead.
Animate dead.
That's interesting.
I don't know if there's any special rules if you fall to 0 hit points or if you fall
I haven't
unconscious.
looked into that either.
No, just says you have it for 24 hours until you recast the spell. So no,
cool.
and it's not a concentration spell, so no, you're fine.
So
The legend of Tibbles continues.
The legend of Tibbles continues. Alrighty, so...
Okay, I'm going to do an Eldritch Blast. I'm going to do 1 into the one at the back, 2 into the fire one.
Okay, do the Eldritch Blast. Let's see them power.
That's a crit on the one
okay,
at the back.
Yep, so crit, so we'll do the maximum crit damage. So that's going to be 14 plus 3, so 17 then plus another 10, because that's the maximum
I rolled
dice
high
roll
as well,
you can
actually.
get. So that's going to be 27 damage on the Water Miramadon.
Yeah.
Jin,
Well, I'll do... Yeah, cool. So that kills it.
how do you want to do this?
So as Lockie's sort of like gotten back up and he's sort of like exterminate, like I'm just going to do like an Eldritch Blast that just sort of shoots through the middle past Lockie and straight into this one, sort of hits it. It sort of ripples the water through it, and then the water probably would start sort of like it's taking force damage, so ripple through it and then just like almost like just like turns into like pretty much a puddle, like just sort of almost splats, like but like water.
As the Eldritch Blast punctures through the armor, some sigil inside required to keep this thing in its form is disrupted, and you watch as it tries to keep itself together as water begins pouring off it in droves, before with a sudden lurch as it reaches forward towards you, Jin, it just collapses on the floor. Again, the armor scattering forwards before slowly dissipating and turning to dust, the arcane sigils losing their power. As it does so, you watch as Lockie, eyes still red, turns towards the Fire Mirmadon. Threat neutralized. Threat detected.
Okay.
And that's what you hear Lockie say in his knocked out to 0 hit points.
wow.
I will do one on I will do another Eldritch Blast into the Fire Myrmidon. That's a 17 to hit.
17 is just not enough.
So it's 18 armor class then. We'll do one more into it. That's another crit. That's 14 again. That's 26 damage or whatever it is.
Wow.
Okay, so that's for the Fire Miramadon, so that's 26 damage. Yeah, so we're doing, obviously, for those of you who are familiar, you know that we do the better criticals, where you roll the dice, add your damage, and then you get another full dice roll on top of it. So in this case, a 10 is the maximum Jin can roll. So that goes from 16 to 26.
That's insane.
Okay, Jin, as you have knocked this thing down towards its lower health points, as this Eldritch Blast pierces through this gout of fire, out the hole. Everyone in a straight line. So Lockie's actually not going to take this, neither is Eleanor, but Shivers, the Earth Elemental, Jin, Shana's just clear of it, and Mira. I need you all to make me, this time it's dexterity saving throws. As this
I'm gonna do what I should have done
burst
first
of
time,
fire.
and I'm gonna absorb elements this.
Oh, thank God.
You're not in line for it, so you don't need to worry.
It's not you. Yeah, it's
I'm
not
not.
you.
So it's Shivers, Earth Elemental, Jin, Mira.
I really
I
love the
see.
caster being at the front. You know, that was
great.
a prime move on my point.
It's really good.
You're
I-
getting knocked back down, unfortunately.
I am pretty sure Eleanor is gonna go down regardless.
Eleanor's not in
anyway.
range for this, so you don't need to worry.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, even better.
Eleanor's not in range for this. Oh yeah, don't worry. The Earth Elemental is really dexterous. That's a 2 that I rolled there. So 23 for Jin, 7 for Mira, 15 for Shivers, 2 for the Earth Elemental. The DC is 15. Shivers, meet it, beat it. You are not going to take full damage. That is going to be... It's not as bad as the water one. 29 points of fire damage.
Shivers is out again.
So,
Shivers.
Fire, isn't it? Fire? Fire damage?
Fire. Shivers, you take half, so that lowers it to
Mary, you're fine.
14, which is important because I now need you to make me another Constitution saving throw to avoid taking another injury.
All right.
Get better than 14.
Con save, eh?
Get better than 14. Be better than 14.
I'm never better than 14. Oh, it's 14.
14 exactly. Beats it. You do not take an injury. You don't take an injury. So you watch as the flames burn across Shiver. The cold damage that's still there negates some of this, and you are not. It just doesn't burn as much as it should.
Are you fine?
Fuck yeah, but I'm still face first on the ground.
Still face first on the ground. Mira, how are you looking?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay, excellent.
I'm actually pretty decent as well.
The Earth Elemental's not feeling too bad either. That's the first damage it's taken. Anything else in your turn, Jin?
I'm going to drop concentration on the Wall of Thorns, because at this point I don't think it's really going to get much use, and it's going to be more of a hindrance.
Yep.
I'm going to walk... So you said I can walk through the Earth Elemental space?
Yeah, because it doesn't take up the full 20-foot cube. It's, so you can sort of like push through and around.
So I'm going to sort of go over here. So
underneath.
I'm still not taking anything from this because I went this way.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm not everyone's congregated in one area now as much.
That's fair. Alrighty.
Cool,
Anything
that's
else
my
on your
turn done.
The Fire Mirmadon. It is going to make 3 attacks. It is going to attack Lockie in this form once. It is going to attack... probably... Who else is it going to go for? Shivers is down. It doesn't care about Shivers right now. Do you know what it's going to do? Okay, I know what it's going to do. So it's going to do its attacks.
Don't you hit Tibbles. Don't you dare hit Tibbles.
It's not me. It's the Fire Mirmadon. I've got nothing to do with this. Lockie, does a 20 hit?
No.
Okay. In your weakened form, however, now that you are no longer in defensive but in attack mode, it does hit. I need you to take a death fail. 1 death fail.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah?
I'm going to use my last cutting words.
I'll tell you now, it's not going to work. All of Lockie's armor has opened up to become this assault force. It's as if Lockie's on 0 hit points. So it's not... This is something a little bit different that's happening right now.
So, what was the roll?
20. But it doesn't matter. It was going to hit.
It's something different, I think. Something
It doesn't matter.
But no, because if Lockie was down and it was making an attack against him as a 0 hit point, it just hit. Yeah, it'd count as 2 death fails. In this case, it doesn't count as 2 death fails. It counts as 1 death fail because something spicy is happening with Lockie right now.
Someone should probably heal Lockie though, just in case.
Quite possibly. As Lockie takes this, as this hit carves across Lockie's chest and he takes this fire damage. Again, this very different, unusual voice speaks out. We were betrayed. We will be no longer. That is going to be... Yep, that's what he says.
Excuse me?
The next attack...
Nani?
Nani?
Does Shana have healing word? I hope she does.
The next fire attack is going to be, as the Miramadon cuts across Lockie, it then holds its hand out and a gout of flame flies overhead towards Yervith, who's been doing a lot of damage towards it. Yervith, does a 15 hit you? I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. And does a 20 hit Mira?
Yes.
You take 9 force damage and 4 fire damage.
Yeah. It's okay, the fire damage is halved.
Okay, so 2 fire damage in that case. Shana, you're up next. I know we're going over time, but I feel like I can't end this combat halfway through.
Don't stop.
Don't stop?
Okay, so she's going to... so bonus action, she's going to yell out and be like, wait, what? Leave him alone. She's fucking scared of what Lockie is right now, but at the end of the day, she's still like, nah, he's still taking a bunch of damage. There's a chance that we can save him, no matter what he is now. So it's not much. And so it's going to be let's do a 3rd level healing word on Lockie.
Good move.
I got 3 1s. I rolled 3 1s.
Wow. Okay, so Lockie, you take the 7 healing points. Lockie. So you are back up. Your death save is reset. Lockie, you're back in control. Here's what happened while you were out.
Yep.
Lockie, as you took that blast of ice cold water and dropped, you found yourself spiraling, your consciousness fading into the depths of your memory banks, fleeing from this damage, trying to hold on to something, anything to keep you alive. And as you do so, you find yourself activating very long dormant systems. Dormant memories, older than you thought you could possibly possess. You find yourself standing atop a large cliff. A beautiful city made of obsidian glass sprawling before you in a large caldera from a long dormant volcano. Around you, you see numerous fire giants toiling away on their crafts, creating weapons, armor, devices of beautiful and intricate make. As you turn around, hearing footsteps behind you, you see a cloud giant, young, maybe early 20s, late teens, long flowing white hair. She steps up towards you, pale blue skin, dressed in this long flowing white robe, and places a hand on your shoulder. She speaks to you, and you know she's speaking giant, and you can understand her. What's most surprising is you are the same size as her. She steps up to you, places a hand on your shoulder. Your mind was so far away. What were you thinking about?
You know, I was having the funniest set of thoughts. Just trying to run through the ideas of combining the fire and the wind. And you know, I just sort of felt it getting away from me. There's like, you know, you're trying to harness these elements, and you're trying to push them through like you guys taught me to do, and it just slips out of your fingers, I see. And I had this sudden flash of a thought of a basement full of people just completely consumed by wandering elements. Isn't that strange?
Sounds like a strange fantasy. Are your perception filters set correctly?
I did offset them just a little bit because I wanted to feel what it likes to daydream.
Funny. I never thought to include that in your programming, but I see now that that would help with your creativity. Yes, I shall add this on your next reiteration. You were looking over the fire giant's construction. What is your analysis?
Well, I think they're doing a fine job. They are masters of their craft, but I do see one or two places where they could, you know, tighten a couple of things up. Like over here, you've got the pour of the molten metal, and it's just very, very close to where the next reforging. I'm just worried it'll mess with the temper.
That is a good point. And have you had a chance to look at the Nexal nodes? Your thoughts on the interplanar travel we are proposing to create?
Well, I mean, it's a fantastic idea. There are some dangers, though.
Lockie, suddenly there's this lurch as you feel yourself being pulled forwards. You feel your memories flashing by like an image through a shutter. Just flashes of life. You're inside an like a massive sky castle. You're underwater. You're standing at the lip of an active volcano. You're falling. Suddenly, you come back to yourself. A different city stands before you. Much, much larger. Constructed of intricate stone. You can see stone giants moving around singing the buildings into shape. And in the very center, a giant set of interlocking rings carved with giant runes. The same cloud giant stands next to you. Bit older now, maybe late 30s. She has scrolls attached at her waist. And as you look across and look down at your hands, you see they are different. Carved out of some strange alloy. Not your usual electrum and platinum that you're used to. Not the aged form either. This time you are made of some sort of glowing white metal. And as the cloud giant turns towards you, she looks at your sort of confusion for a second and goes, are you ready to perform the test? I think we've almost got the network ready. If you could place your hand upon the pedestal, we can help to calibrate you into the network.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I was working on that daydreaming that you installed. It's actually working quite nice.
That was 40 years ago.
Yes,
please, on the pedestal. We will see what we can create.
I'm very curious.
Place your hand down on this, again, this pillar made from this obsidian glass. The cloud giant turns towards the rest of her work crew, mostly comprised of other cloud and storm giants and fire giants mixed in. Test 27 commencing. Reticulation active. Nodes connected. Power supply confirmed. If you would, she gestures towards you.
Place hands on. Pressure steady.
Place your hand upon the pedestal. The runes begin lighting up one by one. All the way around the rim. And suddenly, with a lurch, this blast of force fires out of the portal. People begin spilling through. Elves, dressed in ragged clothes, marked with mud, covered in leaf litter and vines, cuts and scratches, some of them bearing grievous wounds, begin pouring out of the portal like a never-ending tide. As the cloud giant turns back towards you, she goes, take hand off!
They're injured. You pull away.
Pull your hand off with a sudden... The teleporter powers down the planar gateway. The elves begin sort of looking around, and as they speak, you don't understand what they're saying as they look around in confusion, some screaming, looking up at these massive figures around them. Then suddenly, with a dum, the images begin shifting again, Lockie, and you find yourself looking at this spray of information. And suddenly you sort of jerk, and you're awake. Standing in a room, feeling the damage to your body, a Fire Mirmadon right behind you, Shana holding out her hand, having just cast a spell. And you're back in the present. And that is where we are going to wrap up for tonight. So that we can... Because I don't think we're going to wrap up this combat in the next 30 minutes, and I think there's some important stuff that needs to happen. So that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Damn.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm sorry that was a slightly longer session. Lockie going down for the very first time meant that some things had to happen, and I didn't want to rush those. I thought they were very important that we got those correct.
And I am so sorry for the teleportation. Fuck around.
That was
cool. Don't apologize. That was great.
That's it.
Sounds like Lockie can relate anyway.
I won't forget, it is Shana's. We still got to have Shana's full go. We've just done Shana's bonus action, so we will come in with your turn, Shana. So just mark off that you've still got your actions when we come back in. Oh my goodness, what a session. Well, look, thank you so much, everybody. I hope that was a nice, spicy bit of lore dump for you. We will be back again next week with more Tyranny of Dragons. I should also say, Curse of Strahd, not next week, but the week after. Monday, 6:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. I will be adding it to the stream portfolio. We will be beginning, and we will have both Jared and Raph joining us for the Curse of Strahd, along with Tom, Haz, and Jacob. All past guests, plus Jared. I've recruited them into the main cast. Yeah, so they'll be joining us for Curse of Strahd. So yeah, 2 weeks time, everybody. Not long at all. Well, look, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We will see you all again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well. See you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you guys.
See you later.
Thank you.